What is going on? It's Bulleit, and today we are back with another episode of Music or Hideout, the show where we hang out with artists, musicians, and entertainers in Waylon Jennings' old basement studio. As always, I am gathered here with co-host Ryan Poole, who I'll pass it to introduce the guest.
Tonight, we are pulling on the entertainer part of our name. Yeah. For the first time ever, we have a comedian. So sitting across from me is Brad Sativa. Brad, you're from Nashville, aren't you?
No, I've been here for 12 years though. And,
nice. So you're local now.
Yeah, pretty much. More than a lot of people here, for sure.
I've only been here too, so it beats me by quite a bit, 10 years, the whole decade.
Yeah.
Brad's a comedian. He's traveled all over. We're going to get into all that. Wanted to mention right up front that you've got a big show coming up at Zany's next month, right? What's the date on that?
It's February 19th.
And it's your first...
Nice.
You've been at Zany's before, but this is your first time headlining Zany's.
Yeah, this is my first time headlining. I dropped like a little video yesterday, but I was kind of mentioning it was the first place that in the club wise. I hosted there. I won the contest there. I featured there, and so I done every step in that club. So
started open mic night and worked your way up.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So it's kind of all full circle.
That's awesome. And for people who don't know, like Zany's is. We went there recently for
it was legit.
Andrew Santino, right? And that shit, I mean, it was awesome. It was it's huge. And from the outside, it just looks like there's just a sign on an old building. But you go in, and it's like a beautiful theater.
There's like two levels.
Yeah, for sure. It's,
and great service, too.
Yeah, they keep... That's one of my favorite things about, actually, about that club. They have a good staff.
Yeah,
the staff's super nice. They always keep a good staff. They always attentive. Like I sell merch, so I sell hats, I sell T-shirts and stuff. So like a lot of staff after shifts, they'll buy hats and T-shirts, and so they support me. So it's like I love the staff there.
Yeah, I just remember we sat down and they took our order 1 minute later, and our food was there in like 5 minutes.
And there was never a time that I didn't have. I had an empty drink. There was never a time I was like, man, where's that guy? I want another drink.
We should get sponsored
always
by Zany's.
Yeah, right.
They know. They like I said, they know. But see, they know how to treat you right up there. I like that. They also they work with another club. It's called Stand Up Live in Huntsville. They have a good staff too, under the same ownership, so the same kind of level of service. And
it's good. You just don't expect such things.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is nice. But what are you drinking tonight?
We are drinking Bulleit Bourbon. We're drinking rye. I don't think we're drinking rye. I think we're drinking just regular Bulleit because they had the green one on.
Yeah, the green one's the rye. This is the regular Bulleit. Yeah.
But either or, I'm
it was whiskey.
I'm a bourbon drinker for sure.
Nice. I guess you kind of got to be if you live in the South. We're like 50 miles from all the distilleries. Like if you don't drink bourbon.
I don't know, man. No, it's a girl that I dated turned me out on whiskey.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
Huh.
I drank more. I drank vodka for a long time. I drank that in college mostly, though.
Yeah, I think everyone drinks vodka in college. It's like the go-to college nonsense. Yeah.
Yeah, I drank vodka. I drank a little rum. Then I started drinking Southern Comfort. I used to drink Southern Comfort all the fucking time. And then this girl I was dating, she was like, turned me out on it. It's like Maker's Mark. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I think Maker's Mark was the first like decent bourbon I got into.
Yeah,
it's like a good starter bourbon.
I got so drunk in college off Jameson. It's like I was like after that it was like that's why I stood off whiskey because I was crazy. I pulled my pants down and like was walking around in my drawers and talking about the size of my member.
That's enough Jameson.
Yeah, that's enough.
You ever do picklebacks?
No, that's shit nasty.
Yeah, some people are real into it.
Yeah,
but I'm like I can't do it. Have you know what pickleback is?
Never heard of it.
It's a shot of whiskey, a shot of Jameson, followed by a shot of pickle juice.
Ugh.
People fucking love picklebacks. I can't do it. Yeah, I'll throw up. I can't.
Yeah, I'll say that's some real white people shit right there.
For sure.
That's some white people shit. Pickle juice? No, I don't do
pickle juice. I don't like pickles to begin with.
I don't either.
Well, what's the like black equivalent?
The pickles?
Yeah.
Of something
to like, a pickleback?
Yeah, is there a pickle?
We don't do nothing. I don't know nobody who do like as a group of something that we do like weird as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
It's like exclusively white people being weird as fuck.
No, it's either
doing car bombs and dropping shots in Red Bull for no reason.
I'll give you an idea. it was like, okay, it's usually one side, one or the other side with stuff in the culture. It's like, okay, we were talking about like last year, I think it was a big thing that was on the internet. It was about like grits. And like how you eat your grits. Do you eat it with like salt? Do you eat with salt and butter?
I do not eat grits.
yeah, I know. I don't eat grits either. I'm more of a rice person. But rice,
sure.
the same thing with rice. They were saying the same thing with rice too. It's like, do you use salt and butter?
That's what my grandma and grandma did. Yeah, we grew up doing salt and butter.
Yeah. Do you use butter and sugar?
Butter and sugar.
Yeah.
Butter and sugar.
Yeah.
I get that for grits, but I've never heard of sugar on rice.
Yeah.
That's how I grew up.
Huh.
I grew up with butter and sugar and it's actually that's how I
was
grew up.
trying to get you to eat rice.
It was my grandma. It was my grandma. That's how she cooked.
I'm gonna have to try that.
Yeah, you try.
I can't even imagine what that tastes like.
Oh, it's crazy. It tastes really white rice for sure. Make sure
Right.
Of course. But butter and sugar.
Huh.
Yeah.
Now I just eat rice because I grew up with my grandma did butter and salt.
Yeah.
But then when I went to high school, like high school was like all Asian people, they don't put anything on the rice.
Yeah.
Except for soy sauce or other stuff.
Yeah.
So ever since then, like I haven't put butter on rice in like a decade at least. But it was all after that, it was just rice by itself. Never even thought about it. In my mind, it was like a white trash thing to do to put butter and salt. And I was like, that's like a white trash thing. So I stopped doing it, but I don't think that's true. I think I just made that up.
Yeah, it's just that's some country ass shit. But it is a good segment of white trash that probably eat like it too though. But I ain't saying it like in a negative way, but just like just in a way.
We all know who we're talking about.
Yeah.
We all know the kind of guy.
Yeah. The ones that like say crazy shit about, but by God, this all goddamn way I'm gonna eat rice.
Yeah, that's the guy.
I'm not eating rice if it ain't got no damn sugar.
His name's Rick.
Yeah, something crazy. Yeah, one of those types. But yeah, man, it's but yeah, I think stuff more cultural. It's like it's not that it's like everybody just like, oh, that's some crazy weird shit. But yeah, I don't know, man. I've been drinking whiskey since then. I don't know. Like I said, with the shots and shit, like I try not to shoot whiskey as much as I used to. I do try to put myself on a pitch count. But it's so many. But like in clubs, all that shit free. Like for the most part, good clubs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and a lot of shows is free. And you know what I'm saying? It can get out of hand. That's the craziest thing.
What club is it? I've never been to a place that gave me free alcohol.
Well, you mean like comedy clubs?
Vegas.
Like comedy clubs. Like so, comedy clubs and then the bars.
Was that because you're a performer, or is it for anybody?
Not for anybody.
Yeah, they wouldn't make any money if it was. That's called a charity.
Yeah.
Well, I'm like maybe you have a $300 door. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's it's for for when I go and perform places. Like a lot of them give at least a few free drinks, but then after that, you can get crazy. Because I remember I was in what's called Oz, I think. It's in New Orleans. It's the only gay club in the French Quarter. And like so, I'm going there. It's a girl I used to date from here. She went to Belmont, and so she lives in New Orleans. That's where she's from. She wanted to sing jazz, and so I went down there with her. Man, I went and met her down there and like did some shows while I was there. So I did that show at the gay club, and it was crazy. For one, it was funny because the whole show it was drag queens, comedians, and then like the crowd was all either like gay men or like bachelorettes. So it was like, still there's a lot of straight women in there too. So but there was a lot of gay men. But I remember like they gave me my drink tickets. I got like a Jack Daniels or something because so I like the kind of Tennessee thing when I'm out of town. So I'm drinking the Jack Daniels, and then I go up there. I perform. I do all my dick jokes. I do all the crazy stuff. Like the stuff, just to rile people up. It's not nothing but women and gay dudes. So I'm like, I'm finna get them. Yeah, let's get them ready.
Get them loud.
Yeah, get them hooting, hollering and shit. So man, I go do the whole thing, man. After I get off, like I had my one drink ticket left. The bartender he just started pouring Jack Daniels. Like that's from me. And he was like, also, you got like 5 drinks because these dudes be around the bar all bought you one. I was like, ooh. I see
to make out.
I was like, I see how these girls get it. I see. That's the first time I feel like a kid in this motherfucker. I feel like a heart
Like, I need to play more gay clubs.
Yeah, I was like, see me on the gay circuit.
And
Like,
you make them laugh, and then all of a sudden,
yeah, they call
you're a star.
What they call it, the chilling circuit. When you play
Yeah.
all the play the sausage circuit. Let me play
Sausage circuit.
Play the sausage circuit. Goddamn.
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned drag. I had never seen a drag show or anything like that my whole life until this year.
Okay.
I saw two, like,
What's
back
that?
to back.
It's a New Year's resolution.
No, yeah. I just gotta go to all the drag shows. No,
No.
but like we went and saw Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Okay.
And then on Halloween, my wife and I went down Disc and Cidery down here,
Yeah.
and they had a drag show. Just
Yeah,
like,
they always they don't always go, but they got one. Yeah.
I didn't know that, but I didn't know what was going on. I was like, this is way more entertaining than I thought it would be.
Yeah, they do.
I thought it was going to be super weird, but I was like, it's not weird. This is hilarious.
It is. They funny. Like drag queens are very funny.
They don't take it too serious.
Yeah, quick wits. That's a family friendly drag show too. I think.
Yeah, I mean, when we were there, it was all family friendly. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
at least.
Yeah, for real. It's like definitely because I do a show. Actually, produce a show at Disc and Cider. We do one every other month there, so it's
That's a cool spot.
Yeah, we
I
just
really
call
like
it, and we set like this last one we did last week. Like that's one I couldn't. That's the reason why I couldn't get here last week, and I'm glad I didn't because it would have been totally rushed, and I'd been all out of. I'm glad like I have nothing today.
Yeah,
I can relax. I can just it'll
Yeah.
be something because we end up the tickets kept going up, like as we was doing the show. And maybe right before the show, so like we ended up selling out. We sold out
wow.
total. It was like standing room only, and like
Oh,
I'm
damn.
like, look at this. I'm just because you know the place.
Yeah.
This fucking
This is Diskin?
yeah. Look at this picture.
Yeah, have you
Shit
been
crazy.
discing around?
Yeah, it's big.
That place is awesome.
It was big to be standing room only.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
That is full.
yeah. It was crazy.
And it was a comedy show?
Yeah, it was a comedy show. I booked all the comics, and got the comics come in. We just did it. Yeah, it was fun. It was it was a great crowd, and that crowd. See, that's one thing you never know with crowds. Cause that crowd was 75% women.
Huh.
Like groups of women came out, like tables of 4 or 5 at a time.
Really?
Yeah. So that's you never know. That's why I try to book when I book comics, I try to set them up for success, and also try to have a diverse lineup too, because you just don't want to have the same type of comic. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Making the same jokes, kind of thinking about the same things. Yeah.
There's only so many fat jokes girls want to hear. Only so many dick jokes that girls want to hear. So many jokes about dating women or having sex with women that, from a dude's point of view, that women want to hear. People in general. And that's why you try to like make sure you got women on your lineup, make sure you got diverse people on your lineup from different backgrounds, and so you can create that kind of thing, create that vibe.
So do you find that, because you said you purposely pick a diverse group,
Yeah.
does like everyone, do like pretty much like 90% of white guys do like the same kind of content, like 90% of black guys do the same kind of content? Is like that where you're seeing? Do you see a lot of that?
No, it's not necessarily.
Or you just mean diverse
that.
in content?
Okay, it's like this. It's like all dudes for a certain, not every dude, I ain't gonna generalize.
Yeah,
but,
sure.
But a lot of guys, like, it's guys talking about guy shit. Okay, it's not even necessarily the color of our gender somewhat. It goes into age too.
Oh, I didn't think about that. That makes sense.
So if you put dudes who are from 25 to 35, they probably gonna talk about similar shit, like just because of the age range,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, kind of thing. And so it goes deeper than that when it comes to comedy, because you're gonna have different life experiences and stuff like that as you get older. And so it's just, so you try to break it in all those kind of ways. Have people that everybody ain't the same age, everybody from the same background. So it's like, just say if like I said, if you got 75% women, but then you got the dudes that are there with their wives or this and this, like, so it's gonna, like, just say it's on a date night. It's some people that have kids. One of the comic married. Well, just say if one of the comics are married and they talk about their kids. Oh, these people gonna relate with that more than they might relate with me talking about my crazy stuff. not even in a bad way.
Right. It's just not their jam.
Yeah, it's like, and I even say that they can even like it, but it's just like, but they can relate more to, like, he got a wife at home. This is like us. Yeah, we got a kid too. Yeah, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Or a girl talking about like whatever she, you know what I'm saying? Whatever going on currently with her and her situation in dating. And if you're doing it in front of a group of girls, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, this dude is, he don't answer his text back. Yeah, he a dick. Blah, blah, blah. It's good to have that type of diversity. And that's what the best thing about it is. Finally, I think in comedy is finally getting around where they're letting black comics be guys. We guys now. We don't have to okay, I give you the idea. I don't mean to bring this up just 'cause I know people get fucked up, but it's
That's okay.
But like Bill Cosby. That's one thing that on Bill Cosby, he wanted all the black comics to be clean.
Didn't he tell Eddie Murphy that? Didn't I remember. Yeah, I heard Eddie Murphy he told a story. It might have been in one of his specials where he said he called. Bill Cosby was excited to talk to Bill Cosby, and Bill Cosby told him he was too dirty, and he was like, "Fuck you, Bill Cosby."
Yeah. I think that may be on Comedians in Cars or some shit.
Maybe I feel like I heard that somewhere. I could be wrong.
But yeah, that's when that's what Richard Pryor told him to tell Bill Cosby to shut the fuck up and have a Coke and a smile or something like that.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
So he prefers black comics because he think that we're feeding in the stereotypes, talking about blah blah blah. That is what it is. But I'm saying that was kind of what he was kind of promoting for forever. But I will say that it got a point where where the best thing that happened to black comedy, but also the thing that kind of also backed us into a corner was Def Jam and Comic View. Def Jam was that's the only comedy that I really grew up with. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really watch white comics, not saying it in a negative way, but I just didn't really see a lot of white comedy because I wasn't in control of the remote control most of the time. But then also that's just what it is. But as you see, there's like I said, it was one of the best things because it put a lot of different faces that were introduced into the world, like Bernie Macs, the D.L. Hughley's, a lot of these black comics. They even still to the day. That's one of the biggest credits. Even Deion Cole, somebody who now popular. He was on Comic View. You know what I mean? He was on Def Comedy Jam, and it took that big a time, 20-some years before he really hit it hard and started. Now he's popular. Sure. Now he's known. Now he's on a hit TV show. You got people who's been on that show like Craig Robinson. Craig Robinson, he did his act on Comic View.
Craig Robinson is Daryl from The Office, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
he's on everything now. He's in every movie. Yeah, he's somewhere.
He started in Comic View playing keyboard. Awkward as shit. Yeah, weird. It was funny, man.
Which is kind of what he still did.
It's like his vibe still. Yeah,
he still bring the keyboard. He still bring the keyboard on stage for sure. But man, it's what is joke? You can't even do that shit no more because it's it kind of make fun of handicapped people. I think that it's deaf person. I think, but it was it's crazy. But yeah, but that's the kind of stuff I remember with Def Comedy Jam. But now it's a common thing. It's when sometimes people talk to you, they just assume that they know what kind of comedy you're gonna be doing just because you're a black dude, and I don't like that shit because every black dude don't do the same comedy. I don't know. So my two biggest influences, Dave Chappelle and Bernie Mac. You know what I'm saying?
I watch Dave Chappelle. Killing Them Softly is my favorite stand-up album of all time.
Very methodical, planned out, and I try to that's the part of why I do have a methodical plan, where I try to build my material. And then the Bernie Mac is just about being off cuff, being in your face, being unapologetic, the energy, knowing how to command that and demand the crowd. That's kind of the two biggest influences. But other than that, I'm not really a huge big comedy fan. But you know what I'm saying? You just run into a thing where everybody think oh, you're black comedy, you gonna fuck the stool. No. You know what I'm saying? That's a stereotype. Some comics might fuck a stool. That's on them though. But
there's white comics.
Last thing you just said?
Fuck the stool?
Fuck the stool. That's
what is that?
It's just so it's a thing where they think where people stereotype black comics where a thing that people do when telling the joke, they fuck the stool, to simulate sex. And so they're just
is that a thing people do?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
it's in a lot of you've probably seen it, you just don't remember. Because we've watched a lot of Sam specials together.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people fucking the stool.
Yeah, so it's a hack. I ain't gonna say it's hack, but it's a thing that people do. But the whole thing was,
who's like, when you're talking about like the black comedy stereotype, is there like one comic in particular that's like, that's the stereotype?
And that's what everybody thinks the rest are?
see, I say this. This is how I feel about that. It's like, as long as you're doing it for a reason, as long as you're doing it to provide for your family and ain't paying for your bills, and as long as you're not what I consider myself, like tap dancing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't trying to tap dance, trying to, like, put down black people in front of white people for their laughter. Like, you know what I'm saying? As long as you ain't doing that shit.
I kind of know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen it.
It's people do that shit, man. They do that, like, but other than that, do what the fuck you want to. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's like people's sexual orientation. I feel the same way about comedy.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause at the end of the day, it's not gonna affect me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
you do you.
I'm doing me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so that's kind of the whole thing. My thought process with that is like, let them people do whatever. If people paying for that shit, let them pay for it. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, that was just a 90s thing. That was a 90s type of of comedy. And
This
so
might be a can of worms,
Go ahead.
and I have almost nothing to say about it,
go
other
ahead.
than I was listening to a podcast that went, it was Malcolm Gladwell's podcast, Revisionist History. They were talking about Sammy Davis Jr.
Okay.
Do you have any thoughts about that, or do you know about all that?
I do.
I just heard one podcast, so I don't have anything to contribute, but it sounds like what you're talking about. I think like there was a lot of pushback against him because they felt like he was tap dancing, as you called it.
It was a lot. Yeah, he was in a totally different situation too. Yeah, because you got an artist like him that were pretty much hung around all white people. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it's a different time, and like all of his friends, you know what I'm saying, like the Dean Martins and the Franks, I hope that they respected him as an equal. You know what I'm saying? Which I assume they did from historically, I guess, you know what I'm saying, standpoint. But it's like, when you choose to live that type of life, you expose yourself to those type of things, because I guess I say this, I'm from the South. Like where are
you from?
Yeah.
You weren't from Nashville.
You asked where he was from, and then we just went off.
That you're not from Nashville.
Okay.
We're in the South.
All right, okay, I'll give you an idea. Okay, so we'll come back to that Sam Davis after I answer this. So I'm from West Tennessee. It's a little bitty town called Milan, Tennessee.
Are you trying to fill me up with liquor? I'm good, man.
No, I just looked in the shot, and the liquor bottle was like blocking up to here on me, and I was like, I should move that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so no, I was born it's called Milan, Tennessee. It's in West Tennessee, little bitty town. Probably about 10,000 people there especially when I was growing up. I'm from a little bitty town really outside of there called Gibson, but from like a little bitty small town. And then
where is it in like relation to like Memphis, Jackson?
Jackson, 20 minutes. Memphis, hour 15. So
Jackson was like your major. You went to Jackson when you want to watch a movie and shit.
Yeah, we could watch a movie. It depends. We had 3 selections of movies in the Milan Theater.
Oh, okay. There's a
3
little baby movie theater.
Yeah.
I didn't know
3 selections.
Like
yeah, you got 3 options, and then and they usually have like a kids movie. Like they usually have the most popular movie, kids movie, and then I can't remember really, but I remember I seen a lot of movies in that place. But yeah, Jackson would be if you want to get a pair of shoes, if you wanted to get like clothes that went from like Walmart. Any kind of brand name, anything with a brand name, you had to definitely go outside of Milan and go to Jackson.
Yeah. So you're saying you grew up in the South?
Yeah, I grew up in the South, so I've been in position though, like where I left my one elementary school, and when I went to middle school, I switched. I went from one place from 3rd grade, where the school was had more black people, to where I moved to a place called Madonna. When I was in Madonna in the 4th grade, it was only me and one other black student named Orlando, and who called Cookie. So Cookie, it was me and Cookie. We were the only 2 black students in our grade. And then the grade under us, it was only 2 black students. And then the grade above us, maybe only 2 black students. So it wasn't a lot at all. So I was around white people a lot. So instead of, I'm defiant. I'm not good with authority. And I'm not good with people trying to put me in my place kind of thing. So because of that, instead of being in a way of where I felt like I had to convert or be something I wasn't. I was more like, I'm going to be me, but I'm going to be me even harder. And I'm going to, even like as a fourth grader, I knew that I wanted to like be, I knew I had to work harder in like school and like math and other subjects because I didn't want people to believe that, no, he's black, so he's the slow, like he's dumb because he's black. Because I was the only representation of a black dude in my grade. So I felt hard. So I felt like I had to exceed, had to go harder. You know what I'm saying? So I always had that chip on my shoulder. And then, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I can't even, like, for me, like, me being in that mind state, the tap dance in front of somebody or even any kind of authority. Not only you have to be like just a white person, anybody who feel like they can just do whatever to me, you got me fucked up because that's just not how my personality works. And so that's kind of my thing. So I couldn't even fathom, but yeah, people did that shit all the time. I could see. And I just hope that people respect them. Because I grew up, like I said, I grew up with them white people. Like, people tried to, somebody called me a nigga, something like that. I'm black, I can say that. So,
if you're listening to the podcast.
Yeah,
you listen to the audio version.
And you didn't pick up on it by now.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it's like somebody tried to say something bad, like I nip it in the bud right then. And, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna fight about it, we're gonna argue about it, I'm finna bully, I'm finna throw something at you, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna end it right here because I let it be known, because if I let you get away with this on Monday, on Tuesday it's gonna be 2 of y'all. You know, Wednesday it's gonna be 6 of y'all. And it's like y'all gonna double up. I'm like, fuck that, I'm gonna nip it in the bud. I'm gonna let you know it's gonna be unacceptable up front. And so that's just my personality. And so that's why, like, that's how I'm like I am. When people be like, damn, you go hard on people. It's like, hey, that's all I know. You know what I'm saying? Because I had to draw my line in the sand real early on what was acceptable.
It's so interesting because it makes perfect sense. But like, I just grew up so different.
Yeah.
So like, I'm kind of the opposite. Yeah. I'm more like, if there's a problem with somebody, I'm like, I'm not going to say anything and create a problem right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to wait and see how this plays out. Probably it's not going to be a big deal later. And then, like, it happens the second time, and I'm like, oh, this is happening again. All right, well, I'm just going to get through it. I'm going to do it. And that's, sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. Like, I could be friends with anybody.
Yeah.
Because I can kind of overlook their bullshit and get through it and move on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
But at times it means I get into some situations where I'm like, this same bad thing keeps happening. And it for me, it usually takes like 15 times before I'm like, okay, now I have to have a confrontation, and now it's like a real thing.
Yeah.
But I kind of try to let shit go. For most people, it works out fine. But you get certain people that's not the way to go.
Yeah, people start using
certain
people.
They're taking advantage.
Yeah, certain people I've learned, I'm like, ooh, I should have just done this in the beginning. But I haven't gotten really good at that. But so anyway, I don't know. It's just like a very different experience of life.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy. Like, because it's a gift and a curse for both sides. It's like it's good because you have less confrontations because of that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I have more. You know what I'm saying? But also, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, people, at the end of the day, either respect or they wipe their hands. You know what I'm saying? It's one or the other. But it's like, that's the way I feel. That's the way I feel. Because I feel like if I let you slide, it just go, you go try it again.
Huh. Yeah.
And then that's when it's going to get to the point where if I let something fester, I'll fucking blow the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like, so
I've got a lot of festering going on.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Because if I let it fester, it'll start getting petty.
Too much, yeah.
It'll get petty because I'll say everything that I wanted to say that I've been like, sandbagging it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
and then you're like, maybe I shouldn't have said that later. You're like, maybe a little much.
I say that maybe a little. That might have been I might have did.
Like, maybe I shouldn't have punched him in the face. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have done that.
It's so hard in life to know, like, because sometimes I feel like the way you're saying, I'm like, that's the right approach. For some people in some situations, and in other situations, the right approach is like, let that shit go because you don't need to cause a problem. It's just like, just don't hang out with them so much. And you just don't know. And I don't know if you grew up in church at all.
Every day till I was like almost 17.
Okay, so
not every day, but every day. Yeah.
Right.
I spent a good amount of time in church, and you know, it becomes a whole nother layer when you're in church, and like if you're in any kind of a leadership situation, it's real challenging because all the leaders, even the people who like to the normal person, you're like, they have the power, but the people in power, quote unquote, are like, like they have a hard time confronting people because they're like, I don't want to piss people off. I don't want to,
You gotta hit the back button, not the half shutter.
Gotta hit a button.
Oh, you fine, man.
Which button am I hitting?
The record button,
There we
yeah.
go. If I turn around. You give me once. Well, I haven't figured out how to get this to work. But anyway, so, yeah, but in that context, you're like, we don't want to piss people off. Like, they'll all leave.
Yeah.
And it's real hard to know. Like, some people just, like, I had a client earlier this year. No more details because they'll figure out who they are. They don't listen to this show. I don't care.
They listen to every episode, Ryan. Everyone.
They'll never listen to the show. But anyway, we got to be careful. But I had a client that I kind of like let step on me for a good long time.
Yeah.
Because the way they acted, I thought if I confronted them,
Yeah.
that they were going to flip out.
Yeah.
And it just seemed like the best thing to do is just get through the project, take their bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't got to work with them again. Just get
Yeah.
through it, you know? And so I'm like, I can take it. I can take their shit and put it aside.
Yeah.
And then I just come home to him, and we used to live together.
Okay.
And so I was like, we're roommates. So I'd be like, I'd come home and talk shit. And then I was like, good. But anyway, like I got to a certain point where he started, like the more I let it go,
Yeah.
he would just treat me worse and worse.
Yeah.
And then he moved from being an annoying customer to being fully disrespectful.
Yeah.
And I hit a line where one day I was just like,
And that was the
as
point
a
to do
man, I cannot allow
Yeah.
myself to be treated in this
Yeah,
way.
for
I
sure.
have to talk to him.
Yeah.
Man.
And I did. And he actually responded really good. And then
Yeah.
he changed. And I was like,
Is that
oh,
all it took?
shit.
Why didn't I do this day one?
I should have just fucking talked to him.
See, but that's
And some people, it's like you just have to let them know, like,
yeah.
you have to fucking respect me and you're not allowed to be this, or else they want to, like, put
He's a
people
bitch
down.
for that. Yeah, he a bitch for that. Then
Yeah.
like for doing that. What if it took one conversation for somebody to do a whole 180? It means that you knew you was doing that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you
That's a
know-
good point. I didn't think
you
about
know
that.
that you were doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you knew that you was being disrespectful. You knew that it was outside.
And
of
someone
line.
just needed to call you out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's too much. Yeah,
And you're just used to in life, like, I know, like, that's like a parent and a kid. Like, a kid knows that they're doing the wrong thing, but they'll keep doing it as long as the parent lets them go.
Yeah.
But usually you get out in the adult world and you're dealing with other adults in a similar age range, and you're, like,
Absolutely.
minding yourself because you don't want to come off bad. You don't want to
Yeah.
be disrespected. You don't want to make yourself... But some people I've found, I don't know if they weren't trained right or...
Yeah.
A lot of people aren't.
Yeah, they are.
They aren't outrageous.
Sometimes rich kids...
Rich kids, I hate. That's
It's like
that
they
is
think they can
my
make you
that's
mad.
my bane.
Yeah, I'll
'Cause-
fuck a rich kid ass up.
Yeah, because I grew up in a very different situation
Yeah.
than you for sure. Well, both of you probably, but I grew up in not a great area.
Yeah,
So I went to my high school. It was a perfect example. It was like 2,000 people, massive
Yeah.
school in San Diego, and I was one of 4 white kids,
yeah.
and we were the school in America that spoke the second most languages of any school in America, right? So
I'm
it was
jealous now.
wild.
I'm jealous. 'Cause I know, man, it's so many fine women was in that school. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Massive Asian population.
Yeah, I'd have been that motherfucking hall.
If you were a fan of Asian girls, that's the spot to be.
Man, all women. I just would have been all of it. I've been trying to learn all
Yeah.
them languages.
And I don't even count. I'm only half a white guy. I only count. I'm part Mexican.
Okay,
But and so being one of like only a few white people, it was like a weird situation that I didn't know any different. But I had to like kind of learn to be cool with everybody.
Yeah.
It was great. Like I love that. Like when I came to move to Nashville, I was like, I've never seen this many. It's only white and black people. That's it. That's all that's here.
Yeah,
like
for
where's
sure.
where's the Cambodians and the Chinese and like where's all the other races? Like they don't exist here.
They got them. They just
There's not very many.
It's very like
Yeah.
I said like this. Like, okay.
And, well, you don't leave our house.
So that, like,
And I work at Belmont too, so it's like
Yeah.
all rich white kids.
yeah. Because if you went to like what's the name, like Antioch is Kyrgyzstan. Outside of Kyrgyzstan, the most people stay in there.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so random.
Same with Laos too.
Really?
Yeah, that's in Murfreesboro.
Oh, I haven't had Laos food in like
Yeah, that's a
a
you
long
gotta go to
time. I like
Murfreesboro.
Laos food. That's good stuff.
Yeah, Murfreesboro got the most people stay at a place other than Laos. Yeah, it's like little.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's little pockets of stuff. But yeah.
But like because of that, like whenever I had confrontations, it was always with a group. It was always like, well, this week the Mexican gang's on one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like they would fight. It was every time it was always the Cambodian gangs against the Mexican gangs. They would start these big fights in the school. We'd have like cops on horses for like a week in the middle of campus, like shut everything down. We had
on horses?
on horses in the middle of the high school.
You did go to school in the 1800s. So.
I know, it made no sense.
Yeah.
And we'd like be locked down. Like every week we'd be like locked down in our school. Like nobody go out the door. It was like wild, but like, and everyone, like I tell people like who didn't grow up that, and they're like, that sounds insane. And I'm like, yeah, but if you're just nice to people.
Yeah, it's not kind of fun.
People are fine. Like if you're just nice, I never had a problem. I never got into any trouble. I never got mugged. A lot of my friends did. But like I was just nice to everyone. I got along with everybody. It was like easy. But then it comes to if people start causing problems, start saying shit, you gotta be like, hey, I'm not cool with that. But if you're like respectful about how bringing it up, a lot of times they're fine. Nobody's out to get you just because they want to.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a few people out there who are just straight assholes, but there's not that many.
Yeah, I'm talking shit but if I was there, I'd probably been a total different person. I probably would have fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't saying it in a bad way, but that's one advantage I have of growing up in the country. It's like it was just slow. It was slow enough, and I was fast enough. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And being in fast might not be the right mix. Like at that point in my growing up, might not be the right mix.
It just depends on the situation.
Yeah,
depends where you're at.
Yeah, like now I'm growing. Like I be thinking of shit like from my perspective now. Just like now I think of shit like all the time. My mind is always
right.
Like
because if you took like his way of doing it in your situation, that wouldn't work.
Yeah.
And if I did your way in my situation, I'd be fucked up. Like there's no way I'd get away with that.
But like
it just
being
depends.
being around different races it would have made me more conscientious too. Because
that's true.
See, that's the thing with just when it's only white and black. You know who you like you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Like I grew up like the school, man. School's so country, man. Like the first day of hunting season, like fucking, it would be no dudes in this class and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like shit, country and a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's one thing that's really interesting so we're both from Southern California, and I moved here 7 years ago. You moved here 2 years ago.
To be clear, San Diego, not LA. You gotta specify because LA sucks.
So
I heard nothing but great things about San Diego. For sure. That's true.
It's fantastic.
So, like, race is really different. It's really different here than it is.
Oh my
there.
God!
Like,
Yeah,
it's
moving
really
here is
different.
crazy.
Yeah,
man.
I mean, like one thing you said makes a lot of sense. It's like there's so many races that it's, and what you said that it's like it's not clear like black versus white as much. It's kind of like, well, like sometimes like Mexicans don't like blacks, but Cambodians don't like the, and there's just people like, and there's like, but they like it, and so there's a lot less like it's more diffused.
Yeah,
but out here, you get out here, and it's like you go to like there's places down the street where it's like this was a plantation, and you're like shit.
What?
Yeah, no,
we didn't have that out on the West Coast.
The motherfuckers still spending their money.
Yeah,
shit, Bell Mead, go out, drive out to Bell Mead. Them houses older than motherfucker. I mean, I had a woman that was 100 years old, bro. She was 100, like damn near 100. She was in her 90s, bro. I used to work at a restaurant just like at least 3 years ago. No, 5 years ago before I started comedy.
Yeah,
I'm 5 years of comedy next month. Before I started comedy, I was working at this restaurant. This lady was like in her 90s. She passed away, but she was in her 90s. She used to pay for her food with a U.S. Bank trust card. This bitch was on a trust fund. How the fuck you 91 on a trust fund? I started do the math on that shit. You know,
that's a big ass trust fund.
How you still got trust fund? You 91. What the
where'd that money come from?
Yeah, it's like it's like they still spend slave money. You know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't gonna look. I ain't gonna be the one that's like the fucking like down that hill. You know what I'm saying? Like I got other shit I'm down. You know what I'm saying? My hill is a different hill. But yeah, it's people. It's real shit like that, and that's why I'm like I've been on my shit, and I've been like as a kid. I used to be even at that white school. I used to study Black history. I used to find out this shit just in case I want to beat you with the words, and I want to beat you with my intellect. And then if we want to throw them hands, we can do that too. And you know what I'm saying? It's like I fought enough. You know, I ain't say I won every fight, but I fought a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? You got to say some shit because that's just the way. And like now I'm more. I learned this one thing. I learned to be. I'm more passive aggressive now. You know, what I'm saying? I learned to be that way though. It's just because like, oh, it works. You know what I'm saying? That's. I call that a white people's secret. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, just be passive aggressive and be a dick. It's like you don't have to like cuss everybody and fight everybody. You know what I'm saying? You can just be passive aggressive with them, and
then you can get mad when they get offended. So you were passive. You're like, whoa, I didn't say nothing.
Yeah, that's like my little trick card to be passive aggressive because they don't expect me to blow up sometimes. It's like sometimes I pick my blow ups because like I nip shit in the bud quick, so I don't really have to blow up a lot. And so that's why like I'm passive aggressive as fuck though. I do some passive aggressive shit. Just I'm petty, you know what I'm saying? That's the name of my album. Like matter of fact, so I got a comedy album. My name of my comedy album Petty. One word.
It's out on Spotify?
Yeah,
is that the one that we saw on Spotify?
Yeah, it's on everything. It's on Spotify, iTunes. It's on Amazon, Tidal. Every major streaming service is on that motherfucker. So
nice. So make sure to look at that. It's under Brad Sativa.
Brad
Petty.
Sativa, yeah.
Which like so many questions. One, where did you get the name Sativa from?
That was so I used to do music. And my name, I had a few names in music, but I used to do a lot of management and songwriting, marketing stuff. That was more of my stuff. And then I started doing more artist stuff, like myself, kind of like some of my writing, putting it out more. But I started out as King BMB. That was like, that's my initials, like my real initials.
BNB?
BMB.
M, okay.
Yeah, M is like Mary.
Not like bed and breakfast.
No. Like Mary,
gotcha.
I guess.
Okay.
So yeah, that's my initials. And so I was like, all right, cool. I was like, that was my thing. And the whole thing, it was a playoff because I won Homecoming King when I was in college. So I was the most popular dude. That don't mean shit, but I was.
Just throwing it out there.
No.
In case I was wondering, in high school, I was the most popular dude.
No, I'm just saying. That was just a reference of the King shit.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding.
So that's why it was young. I was young as fuck when I came up with that name, like 21. So I'm like, yeah, King, motherfucker, you know what I'm like. You know what I'm saying? So it's more or less a mentality, not that's why I preface that. And so I was like King BMB, and I was doing my management marketing stuff. But then I was doing all kind of. I had a peak. I lived 8 lives here. I did everything from work corporate America, do music here. I've sold a shit ton of weed here. I've done everything, like literally everything. And so there was a point where I was selling weed and shit, and then I got fucked up in something, and then I had to spend a little time in jail. And it was like 45 days. It was the worst 45 days, of course. But
it doesn't sound like a good time.
No, just because around just stinking ass dudes all fucking that shit. That's why I was like, I'm never doing this again. Fuck that. I'm going straight narrow. So
wait, jail worked on you?
No, like a motherfucker.
Everybody always talks about like prison's not effective. Blah, blah, blah.
No. See, but
like it worked.
Oh yeah.
You got out and you're like, I'm going straight and narrow. It's like that's what they want.
Well, I mean, it worked for my dad too, but it took like several times, several year stints before my dad.
No,
could it work on him too?
It's like this though. It's like I just knew I just didn't want to waste my best years of my life doing no dumb shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't that serious. I knew to pay lawyers and I knew to go in. So I don't really have shit on my record because I paid. You know what I'm saying? But I knew to pay. You know what I'm saying? I saved up to pay. Yeah, so I did that shit when I got out. Like, so my name in there, my friend used to call me Drop Top BM. And like, cause it's a reference of a Biggie song, and cause that's like so he was like, oh BM, cause like BMB, that's my name, you know, like so Drop Top BM, but he called Drop Top BM. I was like, man, I don't want to be named after a Biggie line, but that's so everybody. So a lot of people kept calling me Drop Top, and so I was like, I don't want to be like a fucking Biggie line. So I was like Sativa. That's one thing I've been smoking weed all my life. So it used to be my music name was Drop Top Sativa, and it wasn't because of the car. It's because I lost my mind. That's why I said it's a drop top. I was like, I ain't gonna talk about no Jews and money and shit like that because I only got a certain amount of that. So I kept it I kept it real on that shit. And so Drop Top Sativa, and so I was writing stuff under that. And then I had a friend of I kept getting like, no, you should try comedy. You should try comedy. It was like, I don't know, man. Y'all crazy. That's a different skill set. And so eventually I tried comedy, and I didn't want to go about my regular name for two reasons. Because one, if I sucked, I didn't want everybody to just like do it. Find me on Facebook.
You want to go just change your name real quick and move on?
Yeah, so I used to go by Drop Top Sativa when I used to sign up like at comedy. But then, so then I went, then when I went to Denver, and I had like an epiphany. I had one of those moments. It was like where I was like, everything locked in. I was like, all right, I'll keep the Sativa shit, but I ain't gonna go by, I'm gonna go by my real name. So I'm gonna go by Brad. So Brad Sativa, I'm just gonna be my fucking name. So when I came back from Denver, I was like, this is what I'm signing up as, this is my name, this is what I'm gonna be consistent at. Another reason is because I have a real white name too.
Brad?
No, full name, my full name. Like my real name is Brad Ballard. Or Bradley Ballard.
Bradley Ballard, I definitely think rich white kid.
Yeah.
100%.
I Googled that shit.
Wearing like a sweater over your shoulders and shit.
Got a Porsche when you were 15.
Yeah.
It's a punchable name. It's a punchable fucking name. Yeah, you just like, who the fuck him?
Bradley Ballard.
Yeah, you just know he a douche. So it's like, and it's like, so I felt like, so I Googled that, and every real estate agent, every optometrist, podiatrist, every regular white person's job, like you would think, like for real, like
balding Ballard. A little bit now.
Yeah.
He's like now he's 40 and balding. He's a dentist.
It's like Brad Ballard PLC and shit like that. It's like it's not like a lawyer or some shit, you know. So I didn't so it's like oh no, I'm not going, because I felt like if I went on stage with that shit, I had to explain it. Every time, I know I got a white ass name. I know they.
Let's just address this right off the bat.
Yeah, I feel like.
I mean, kind of a built-in joke.
It is like now. See, that's the whole thing. I wouldn't do it at all then. Now it come full circle. Like I'm writing a joke about it now, but now I got so much. Like I ain't said so much, but I got over our material. So now I can come back and now I can write that joke. Now that joke I'm ready to do that joke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where that's not my crutch. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I didn't want, like, I never wanted that kind of joke to be my crutch. I just started getting into writing about my life, like with my family and my mom, my dad, and all. I just started writing that stuff. All my stuff is observational right now. You know, so like not all. Some of it is about me, but a lot of it is observational. It's a lot of it to me digesting information and how it comes back out. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm getting more to digesting my life, taking that in and putting that back out now. So that's what I'm going, and that's
it's got to be kind of therapeutic.
Yeah, this finna be crazy. I think after the 19th, like I think everything I start writing after that gonna be some of the best shit I ever done. Ain't saying the stuff I ain't did now ain't funny. It is funny now. It's super funny, and I ain't saying that to be arrogant. I know I'm funny. I know the way I think translate to a lot of people. I know I've traveled a lot of places, and I went to a lot of scenes that people said that's where the best comics at, and I wanted to be a part of that. I wanted to go and put my Nashville comedy up with them just to see if it translates. So yeah, so now it's time to now get to this shit where nobody else can write. Like people can write something.
Right, because it's just you stuff.
Yeah, because you steal some shit now after this, like motherfucker, you gonna get called out because motherfucker, this is my life. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody copy this. Can't nobody be able this is my shit. And so, yeah, it's finna get crazy. And I know that though. And so that's what the best thing about it. I know I'm finna enter into the best time of my artistry. Like 5 on, that's like I know. Just in between 5 and 10, like I can, like if I keep on, I keep progressing, I can be something different.
So how'd you get started in comedy originally? Like what made you think I'm funny enough to do this?
So it started. So I told you I've been working in music for so long. It started where we're back in like 2000. Talk about 4 and 5. Me and my friend, we used to sit with a microphone on my friend's bed, and like that he had like the room studio in college. And we used to do pretty much was almost now considered a podcast.
Yeah, I was saying, it sounds like you're describing the podcast. Yeah, sitting around talking in microphones.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is in 2000, like 3 and 4.
That was before podcasts even existed.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You should have jumped on it then, man.
So that's what we used to do though. So we used to do these. We used to talk shit, and we used to play like the songs behind it. Like we used to talk about. I remember the first thing we used to talk about was like. Some girls like that we it's college, so we'd be like, you fuck some girls, you like you you fuck them to rap because that's how they look. They look like you should fuck them to rap songs. And some girls you look like you should fuck them like nah, you can't get blah blah blah. We gonna play Jeezy. We gonna play, so it's kind of like a joke. And so we used to talk about shit like that. All kind of like what you would talk about as a 21-year-old, 22-year-old, fucked up college shit. But we used to record these motherfuckers and we would burn them. Burn them on CDs on and then
it's such a foreign concept now.
I know, and we used to give them out to some people, but if we just think about that, if we was actually really on our shit and really organized it and were doing that shit, we could have, man, we would have been fucking millionaires now. You know what I'm saying? But they don't matter. It doesn't matter. It really don't, because I would have had no experience and I would have wasted that money. I'd be broke now. If I got rich at 21, I would have shitted it away. So
I think about that. So I think man, if somebody gave me $1 million 10 years ago, I wouldn't know what to do with it. No. And then I think, man, if I had $1 million 5 years ago, would I know what to do with it? Maybe. I think now I know what to do, but I'm like, in 5 years, am I going to be like, man, when I was 32, I had no idea what the fuck I was talking about.
I'm going to go to the doctor and be like, hook up, do all the tests. Let me make sure.
We're good?
Okay, after we're good, let's go. I'm going to do all content. I'm investing the rest of that shit in myself. And just because I know I can, that's a sound investment. That's what I think. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that's what, I don't know. I didn't been through all that shit. So now it's time. Now it's time to talk about being named Brad Ballard. Now it's time, because now it's not my crutch joke. Now it's gonna be just a joke. You know what I'm saying? Just a good entrance. I used to, I don't know, man. It's gonna be crazy. The fucking 19th is gonna be insane. If you're around Nashville, if you don't come and catch me at this first one, you're gonna be kicking yourself on the ass. Because next time it's probably gonna be the whole weekend, and they're gonna be charging $40 a ticket. And it's gonna be $60 VIP, because I'm still a regular person. I still hug and kiss people, but still. This is the last weekend. I'm putting that energy out though. That's what kind of energy I'm putting out.
So it's the 19th, February 19th.
February 19th is on a Wednesday, 7:00. We're gonna sell it out, and we are. It just is what it is. It's
Do you know who's opening for you yet?
No, I already picked them. I handpicked my openers.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They let you do that?
Yeah, for sure.
That's cool.
Handpicked my openers. No, neither one of them. Okay, one kind of, and no. One started here. And his name is Joe Kelly. And Joe, he live in Atlanta now. He was here, then he moved out to Seattle, and then he moved to Atlanta from Seattle.
Now, is he white, or is he another black guy with a white name?
No, he's white. He's from Michigan.
Joe Kelly's the whitest name.
That's pretty.
Joseph,
I mean, it's almost as bad as Brad Ballard.
Yeah, Joseph Kelly.
I know, someone looks at the thing and is like, Joseph Kelly opening up for Bradley Ballard. Some guy in a suit's like, this is my kind of show. And he shows up like, what the fuck?
Fuck that life up. Joe fucked that life up too, cause Joe Joe does shrooms and smoke good. That's his thing. Yeah, but he booked me for the first show I've ever been booked for. First real comedy show where I'm doing my jokes and not an open mic. So it's full circle thing.
You get to bring him on your thing.
Yeah, just to be my dude, just to be somebody who fucked with me since day one. Cause I came in. This is one thing I did. I came in to Nashville, there was something different. I marketed comedy like music. You know what I'm saying? Oh. And I came from music. So I'm doing all this stuff and these music techniques I was doing. All the comics was like, man, that's kind of abrasive. Why you, it's out there. What? It was more or less, they thought it felt being bragging. I'm like, no, it's not bragging, bro. Y'all look at it, at that time, I only had maybe 100 comics as friends. Yeah, can I get some ice if you don't mind?
Oh, yeah, man.
I was doing that's when I had maybe 100 comics as friends, but I had 4,000 Facebook friends. So it's why would I worry about my people who are actually going to pay for a show? Worried about what the 100 think. You think I'm going to care about 100 when there's 30?
When there's thousands, right. You care about the big number.
I don't care about what y'all talking about. Fuck you mean? You know what I'm saying? So it's I came with that mentality. And it's no, I'm just going to be good. I'm just going to work. I'm going to be good. And I don't know.
Yeah, I guess, it doesn't really matter. As long as you're funny, right? Who cares what else there is?
You gotta bring that energy. And you gotta make sure you are.
This is true, I think, of a lot of disciplines. it almost doesn't matter how you are in the beginning, if everybody hates you, whatever.
Yeah.
If you like do super good and you become popular, then like everybody is like willing to forgive later.
They have to.
They got no choice.
Yeah, they have to. It's like I don't go here and try to burn bridges, but this whole thing I go out here and just be myself.
You can't please everybody either.
Yeah, ain't trying to.
It's a balance.
Because if you do that, that's gonna be the rest of your life. You bullshit, trying to keep up with these motherfuckers, trying to like fucking stay on that shit. Like, so I'll be consistent. Like, you catch me, I'm gonna be pretty consistent. The way I am now is the way I'll be later. It's like so.
It's good to be. People, you know what to expect.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, nobody thinks you're faking it.
Yeah,
if you're
for
consistent.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a fucked up question, I think.
Okay, go
Okay.
ahead.
So
All right.
I've been
It's a good opening line for it.
well, it's less fucked up than that response, but you know. but anyway, no, we've never had a comedian on the show.
Okay.
And I thought about this in advance, and I thought, I'll bet you this is something you're not supposed to ask a comedian.
Oh, good.
But I was like, but I have to ask, and we'll just see. And you can say no. But my question was, can you like do a joke from your act?
I feel like you're definitely not supposed to do that. That's like the thing that people go,
See,
hey.
I told you, like you're not supposed to do that. I feel like
that is the number one. That's the number one thing I get asked, and I do this though.
How to make a joke?
I know. I just want like a sample, for the people, for your, like, I want them to know you're funny, so they come out February 19th. That's all I'm saying.
I always tell people, I tell people no, and tell you, it's one reason. It's two reasons I tell people no.
Yeah.
And like one reason, especially now, because I am getting ready. Okay, this one thing. I'm getting ready to leave Nashville. I'm getting ready to. So I'm gonna be in Chicago for a few months after I leave here, and then I'm going to New York. And so by the end of the year, I'm gonna be in New York.
You gonna move to New York?
Yeah.
That's a big move.
Got to. It's like, what else? I can't. If another time here is wasting time. I need the eyes on me. You know what I'm saying? It's like I know. As like I said, I know my material translate.
But you've already done what you can do here.
Yeah.
You gotta bring it somewhere else.
It's like, okay, so it's like this. So I say this. This is the movie that I should have made, more than likely, but it don't matter because it's like, but I have pride for Nashville, and I have pride for Nashville comedy, and I was able to do a lot of stuff here, where I want to do enough stuff here so where I felt like I can like leave it like in a good standing position. Mm-hmm. And I definitely feel good about that part of it. And I think we're in a good place. And I think we got some good comics here, and I think it's time I can actually get out of here and feel good about it. But I probably should have left maybe 2 years in. Probably should have went to one of the tweener cities. Like,
That early, 2 years in.
Not to New York. I should have probably went to like Atlanta,
Okay.
Chicago, Denver, Austin, like one of those cities, the tweener cities. And Chicago major, but it's still.
Isn't it big? Like, what are the biggest comedy areas?
So the two biggest, of course, New York, LA.
Makes sense, right? Sure.
New York's the most respected, I think, from famous people. And then like LA is.
But then they all move to LA when they like make it big in their movie career.
Yeah, it's pretty much. And like, so it's so it's like New York and LA, that's two best comedy scenes for sure. And probably not the best comedy scenes, but the comedy locations.
Okay. Like the best clubs, the best areas, people actually want to go out and see it. Most people.
It's not the clubs either. Like, not saying it in a negative way.
Right.
But I'm just saying it's just on the eyes that can see you. You can go out, you can go to some fucking club, man, you go to some place in LA and perform, and it's some fucking executive on Happy Hour would think you funny. And be like, oh, hey, who's this guy? I want to meet him. You know what I'm saying? You're like, that kind, like, it's not a lot of.
You'd be on our TV show.
Yeah, it's just like eyes everywhere.
Yeah.
It's people that's looking and always looking for talent out in LA and New York. So that's the two biggest separations with them. Comedy, then right after that, it's going to be Chicago, probably. That's going to be Chicago, my favorite place. But Chicago going to be probably right under that. And then from that Chicago, it's going to be that next layer. Cause I think Chicago's pretty known as being a certified number 3. Then after that, you start getting into like Atlanta. Then you get into like Denver, and then you start getting into.
So
like
nowhere in the
Austin.
Midwest.
Well,
Well, Chicago's the West.
Oh, yes, that is technically-
Chicago is the mid. Yeah,
Okay, I guess when I think Midwest, I just think like the flyover states.
You think Kansas?
Yeah, I think Kansas, Iowa. I don't even know where the fuck Iowa is. If we're being real, I couldn't point out Iowa on a map. I don't know where it is.
See, that's the crazy thing. Like, that's one thing about comedy. Comedy will take you to some crazy. Like, I've been to Iowa. I went to Iowa like last year.
Tulsa.
Dude, I went to Iowa one time, and I was like, this is too white. I feel weird here. Like, I'm like, these people are not my people. I can't be around these weirdos.
They're corn people.
I got lucky. It was in like fucking March when I went, and it was like 6 inches of snow, but it's Iowa, so it was off the road and shit. But it was like,
they know how to get it off.
Yeah, they know how to get that shit off. But it was in Davenport. So it was in Davenport, Iowa, like as soon as you get into Iowa. But then it was, I did a show at this mansion. It was like 100-some-year-old mansion. Wow. That was, that it was a show in the bottom, and like whole things that I got the whole, they took care of me because they gave me the whole tickets of what all the sales were.
Really?
That's
big. Yeah.
Yeah, it was in 4 seats of selling out or some shit like that. But so it was good money. But then it was an old like mansion that they used for like weddings and shit, receptions. So they had like a whole like floor of rooms. So I stayed in like the master bedroom. It was like old as fuck. It looked creepy than a motherfucker. At night, it was like I was just drunk enough. I just went to sleep. If I would have sat and thought about it, my ass might have been like.
So you're looking around, listening to sounds like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but it was cool though. But
we actually have a question from the chat.
Okay.
They said, and I quote, Mr. Sativa.
Okay. It's probably a lady.
It is. Yeah. Who are your comedian idols or heroes that you look up to? Who are your influences? Who are your favorites? Your tops?
Yeah. So I don't know if like they might call that like a little later, but my favorite two, Dave Chappelle and Bernie Mac. That's by far. And I'll have to throw this in there because, truthfully, thinking about it, I think the first comedy album I ever heard was Robin Harris, and he died like a long time ago. He was like 37, and but he was pretty much, I think, that he inspired Bernie Mac almost because they were both Southside Chicago, the cadence, the aggression, it's like. But so them three probably be my biggest influences.
Yeah.
Most stuff.
So wait. What was the name of the one you said was your first one you listened to?
Robin Harris.
I've never heard of that.
You gotta listen to it. It's like he coined the term "Bebe's Kids." If you ever heard that the term "Bebe's Kids," but he was getting to the point where he was getting ready to really blow up, but he passed away. But he did a whole animated comedy, adult comedy for the most part. I mean, adult cartoon about it's a comedy he did called Baby Kids.
Okay.
Very funny. Did a lot of stuff, was on some movies.
Familiar.
Yeah, he did.
What one was this, like early 2000s?
Oh shit, he died way before that. That was in the 90s. He died in the 90s. Yeah. It was he's out there, man. He was out there a long time. He was like Do the Right Thing. With like Spike Lee.
Do the Right Thing. Yeah, I've seen that.
House Party. He was like a kid, a play. I don't know. I can't tell them niggas apart. But he was like the dad. Yeah, Robin Harris though. He's like mine.
I'll check that out. Yeah, I've never even heard of that.
I feel like
the first comedy special.
Yeah, dude. I knew it. I had this like picture when you said Bebe's Kids.
Yeah.
I like don't know that, but at the same time, this picture came in my head. Like I've seen it. And this, I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen that before.
Yeah.
I does not.
A long time ago.
I have no idea. Yeah.
He's coming like HBO Showtime and shit. But But no, so he'll be up there too.
Oh, that's so 90s.
Yeah, that's probably them three. That'd be my biggest man. And most everybody else that I know now, I found out in the last 5 years. Like, I didn't know who Louis C.K. was before 5 years ago. I didn't know who Tom Segura was.
You're listing my favorites right now. John Mulaney?
John Mulaney. So I don't even know this motherfucker.
You're listing all my favorite people. Louis C.K., Tom Segura, John Mulaney. Those are my three favorites.
This what happened, though. It's like I typed in, when I started, getting ready to start, I typed in on Pandora. That's 5 years ago, so that's when Pandora still
When it was still a big deal, yeah.
I typed in Dave Chappelle, and then they played everybody who they thought was in that vein.
Yeah.
So that's how I found out about a lot of people. Before that, I didn't know.
That's how I discovered a ton of comedians that same way. I was on a road trip going from California to Utah, and we threw on Pandora just like comedy.
Yeah.
And I like all these people I'd never heard of. I was like, they're great.
I'm opening for like the #1 comic on Pandora next week, 2 weeks from now. Wow. Chad Daniels.
Okay. Where's that?
It's Zany's. It'll be at Zany's. Work with him and Jared Freed. That's gonna be the weekend before I do my thing. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be crazy.
This is completely tangent, but I just saw. I think Pandora's trying to restart.
They're doing their best.
Yeah, I seen it.
You saw that like over on like Broadway.
Yeah,
they had a big billboard and it was like the new Pandora for the new you, and it was like all like pink and like flashy and millennial and like
flashy and millennial. Yeah,
I guess Gen Z-ish. I don't know. I think we're at the time we start looking down on them and we're moving on.
Yeah, I think we're allowed to. I think we're allowed to start looking down on Gen Z people, right? Yeah. Fuck them. They like TikTok and shit.
Nah, that's why I think that might be Pandora dumb move. They should just focus on the older people and being the older people's #1.
I mean, it is an older people thing now.
Yeah,
it definitely is. Like 100%. It is. Like
all right, old timer, over there on your Pandora internet radio. Yeah. You can't even pick what song you want to stream.
Yeah, it's like nonsense.
You old kook. Now, what's the next thing going to be though? How do you go past Spotify where it's like all of it for $10 a month and anything you want whenever and as many times as you want?
I don't think you can go. I don't think there's anywhere else. Where else could you
directly stream to your brain?
Only thing that, I think that is pretty much just going to be that, and I think the only thing that's going to be different is that it might be probably something that can be better than SoundCloud, but does what SoundCloud does.
Like where anybody can put stuff up. Kind of deal.
I think it's going to be a thing where it's going people want to know the new thing. Before it becomes a new thing. I think that's the only thing that's going to become the only thing that people going to chase from now. Want to be like, I was the first person that knew about this.
Yeah, I feel like SoundCloud's becoming more and more of like a joke now.
It is.
It's becoming like you hear like the term SoundCloud rappers a lot.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's going to be better than SoundCloud. Okay. It's going to be that
more
format,
legit. Yeah,
but it's going to be more organized, like a Spotify. Imagine. Yeah. Like SoundCloud with a Spotify kind of organization. It's like, I think that's the next wave.
That's interesting.
I think Spotify feels legit because it's like the top artists go there and they put their stuff there and
nothing. And to be honest, nothing else really compares. Like I used Google Music for a long time because it came with YouTube Red, which no ads on YouTube. I put a lot of time on YouTube. Yeah, and then they got rid of that, and then I had to go over to YouTube Music, which is fucking terrible. It's like impossible to use. Yeah, and you try to search for a song, you have like a bunch of covers because it's YouTube. Yeah, and it's like it's trash. Yeah. So like I keep going back to Spotify, and then I try something else, go back to Spotify. Yeah. Just nothing else even.
Now I started subscribing recently to Tidal
for the higher quality.
So exactly. So I now pay for Spotify and Tidal. So when Tidal first came out, I got it right away. Yeah. And because I wanted that, because they have a much higher audio quality. Yeah. But then I realized, like, there's no way to get all. I've been doing playlists in Spotify since 2011. Yeah. So I don't want to waste all those playlists. And so I was like, you know what, screw it. I stopped paying for Tidal.
There's got to be like a transfer program.
It's a good question. I don't know of it, but maybe you're right.
That's what I did from when I went from Google Play back to Spotify. I just transferred everything, and they did it for me.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's like a third-party thing, not like a built-in thing.
I could see Spotify because of who they are being very Apple-ish and being like, we don't offer that. We're not
being assholes.
Touch our API whatsoever. But in either case, so I was on Tidal for a minute, and then I got off. And then just recently, I decided, you know what? I'm a businessman in the music industry. I should just pay for both so that I have Spotify for it knows me and it has all my playlists and all that stuff. And I think you have to be on Spotify to be aware of what's happening.
You do.
Mm-hmm. But Tidal's not as good at like pushing to you new content and kind of creating things for you. It's not like it doesn't have the same experiences, but it has better sound. So I go there when I want to hear better sound. Maybe that's the next step.
Maybe that's how you make the SoundCloud thing better. It's the organization. Yeah. And like have that idea be high quality stuff because before it was all MP3 compressed stuff, right? Which still is, or whatever the fuck it is.
On Spotify it is, but not on Tidal. And
Right.
That's why I'm there.
And that's what I'm saying, but that was a problem because of like data caps and
see that ice real
speeds.
quick?
Yeah, and like data caps and speeds and all that. But that's becoming less and less of an issue.
See, but Spotify, okay, Spotify is they got more money though. It's just they more.
They got all the money now.
I give you an idea. So it's like this. So we're in Nashville, Tennessee. Number one music here is country music.
What?
Yeah. But so as we all know, the Spotify office is here. There's a Spotify office here.
Is there?
Yes.
I didn't even know that.
It is one here. So, but that just is literally here to be specialized in country music. So you're looking at, theoretically, if you got a good song, only thing that's separating you from damn near like superstardom, or not even necessarily superstardom, but hell of plays, is meeting that person here and that person liking you.
Who'll promote you? Who'll go on Spotify and be like, maybe you're the featured artist.
Yeah, they just throw you in one of the main playlists that everybody play. But they had that for rap, they had that for rock, they had that for this, they had that for that, they have it for comedy.
So you can get on that country playlist.
It's in different cities.
Yeah.
It's like in like wherever the focus is.
Do they have that for comedy? Do they have like
it's
a big stand-up comedy playlist that people subscribe to? Is there a one?
Yeah, it's so as like I know y'all got Spotify, so like the Spotify artists, and like y'all got that too, right? I assume. So where you can see like who playing your shit, where they playing it at, where your plays being generated from.
Comedy genre.
Yeah, you can kind of see.
Yeah, it's the same. Funniest podcast, new releases.
Yeah.
So I see Conan
That's
O'Brien.
interesting. I
and
never looked up really comedy on Spotify, but I guess
Trevor
that makes
Noah.
sense. I like Trevor Noah. He's funny.
New releases.
That's my favorite one. I think I'm getting more plays on Apple, but I won't get that information till like next week. Where I download the artist version, but like get it all that organized and got my person to help me with all that shit. Yeah, but yeah, no, I'm.
Well, here's what's interesting though. Looking at comedy, it shows me a lot of podcasts, and then it shows new releases. But I'm not seeing
like stand-up tracks.
Oh, here's playlists, but I have to search a little harder. But that's some random person's stand-up comedy. Oh, okay. Jump in. Comedy playlist. The Laugh List is the number one, so I'm sure that's Spotify's.
That's probably gotta be good. Yeah, the Laugh List.
29,000 followers. Starts with Mike Birbiglia. Have you heard him?
I like Mike Birbiglia. Yeah, he's great.
I had a roommate, my last roommate, who's a good dude. He's a comic too. He's a comedy nerd, so he played a lot of comedy.
Just everything all the time.
A lot. He had his favorites for sure. But it's like, I heard about a lot of even more people that I probably wouldn't have known that because of that.
Yeah, there's so much good comedy out there right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I almost brought this up earlier, but like we went a different route, which is fine. But when we were talking about diversity in comedy, and you were mentioning like women comedians, I thought about this.
Careful
just
now.
Like,
No, fine, go ahead.
Yeah, there's no women here, so yeah, I can't bounce my ideas off. But recently on my Facebook, do you know how like Facebook has incorporated Facebook videos? It's like one of the whole tabs. It just shows you videos that it thinks you might want.
I don't know if I've seen that, but
yeah, it's. I'll show you while I'm talking, but like, it just gives you all kinds of videos.
Yeah.
So I get there's a lot of political videos of all sorts of shit, and then there's. Like every video, this is the truth. Every video for me is a woman comedian. Look at that. There's a female comedian. First thing I popped up. This is the video tab right here. You see that?
Oh, okay, yeah, I get that. Yeah,
that thing. Okay, female comedian. Something about Trump, good or bad. Ellen Show.
Ellen Show, female comedian.
I don't know who this guy is. Some Trump
it's all
thing.
politics.
It's all about the impeachment. Jordan Peterson. Well, I follow him, so that makes sense.
Bud
female
Baker.
Comedian.
Yeah, she'll come. I know her. Not know her, but like, yeah.
Her.
She's great.
Friends. Okay, I like Friends. Billie Eilish interview. Oh, that's my buddy. And I don't know. But anyway, the point is
a lot of that.
I don't check this thing at this part of my Facebook every day.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of it's a newer thing.
Yeah, it's just because
I'm not a part of it. It's like they're trying to be YouTube or something. All I'm trying to say is I'm seeing they're pushing women comedians to me on a daily basis, new ones all the time.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know there were that many female comedians in the world.
It is.
And I'm getting a new female comedian like every day. And what I've been noticing, so I'm noticing two things. One, Facebook really wants me to hear female comedians.
Okay.
Second thing I'm noticing is female comedians that I'm seeing on Facebook, it's a lot different than the last time I heard a female comedian in the past. Like,
Really?
I've been hearing, there's like kind of a stereotype that women aren't as funny as men,
Yep.
female comedians aren't very good.
I heard that.
I've been hearing a lot of female comedians. I'm like, ooh, this is really good though. Like, she's actually making me laugh.
I know a few comics that I'm friends with a few women comics that I know who are gonna be a big deal one day.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I know it. Like I knew it when I seen them. I got to kind of feel like sometimes, man, bro, on this comic shit, I be feeling like Clyde Davis, bro. Like for sure. I be feeling for real.
Seeing the talent.
Yeah, I just
that's where the money is though.
Yeah,
just start signing him.
Wait till I get that check. Wait till that's what I'm doing. That's real. I'm just gonna start my own shit because I know. I gonna say I know every one of them, but I got some man. Okay, Becky Robinson, she's based out of L.A. right now. Funny than a motherfucker. Funny as fuck. So funny. One of my other friends, Laura Peak, me and her used to do a show together called Brunch of Laughs. Very, very funny. She's from Nashville, born and raised. Holly Lene, Louisville, Tennessee. Louisville, Kentucky. Sorry. She's actually featuring at my show. She's doing 20 minutes at my show. On the 19th? On the 19th, yeah.
We're just going to play it every time. On the 19th?
Oh, yeah, we got
Zany's.
You got it. Yeah.
Becky Roberts, Katie Hughes.
2 miles from the studio.
Yeah, literally right down the street. Yeah.
Katie Hughes from Atlanta. She gonna be a star. I got another KC. She gonna be a star when she get it, when she bring it all and get it like all together and package it. Spencer Taylor, she's gonna be a big thing. She already writing. I seen it in her, and then no bullshit. I already know. See, this I know because some of these people already making big deals, making big moves. Like Katie, she was just on the NBC Stand Up for Diversity thing. Spencer Taylor, she just got signed to write. Not just signed, but like last year she got signed to work for Mixes. That's the show off of Blackish. It's on ABC. She's writer for that show. And these people, like they are funny, they talented, they women, it ain't got nothing, like, and that's one thing I say, like when Laura was here, she was not only the funniest woman comic by far, but she was one of the funniest comics in Nashville.
Yeah. It's got to be hard because, like, I think about, like, myself, how I listen to comedy. Like, the first stand-up or the first comedy album I ever heard was Bill Cosby. My grandma had it on a record.
Yeah.
And it was Noah. Have you ever heard his Noah bit? It's like, it's a whole thing about him. He's like, after his he like plays Noah. Yeah, it's like a whole thing. And I listened to that like 1,000 times.
Yeah.
And then I didn't think about comedy for years. And then I listened to Kill Him Softly, Dave Chappelle, which is, I still think, maybe the best comedy album there's ever been. I love it. It's the best thing.
We'll watch it because I haven't.
They will watch it tonight. It's I've shown you clips from it for sure because it's my favorite.
Classic. Yeah,
it's the best. And then I started listening to all sorts of stuff. But every time I tried to listen to like a woman stand up special, I couldn't get into it until like a month ago or maybe 2 months ago. I listened to was it Whitney Cummings?
Whitney Cummings.
And I was like,
I haven't heard of her yet.
No, you have because we watched the special together.
We watched Eliza.
So
no. Yes.
Oh, Whitney Cummings funny. You're right.
We
Eliza
Schlesinger.
yeah. And that was funny. Whitney Cummings is funny. And I was like, oh my god, like I've like kind of wrote like
my friend,
not consciously, but like wrote off women comedians for a long time.
My friend is Whitney Cummings' assistant right now. He's from Nashville, not from Nashville. He's from like Cheatham County or some shit like that. But he's a gay guy named Benton Ray. He's a comic. He met her at Zany's, and from meeting her at Zany's, they built a relationship. And she like moved him out to L.A. And he's her assistant right now. So her assistant, he's in a special. He's like the cut the scene. They do a podcast together. He's actually the one who do the podcast with her.
Huh. And
That's from Zany.
Man. But like I'm like just like, man, like there's so many more now. I don't know if there's there probably is way more women comedians than there was before.
It's yes, but also now people know that like women are funny, and women if they're given the opportunity, like even now, it's like I can remember some of the funniest people, like the last girl I dated, who was not a comic. She was a regular civilian. You know
are we civilians?
Yeah, as civilians and comics, those are the two categories.
Yeah, for real. For our careers, for sure. Well, she was a civilian, man. She was funny as hell. Funny as fuck. I remember the first time, we went on a date. Like, we went on dates for a while. We dated for, like, at least 2 months. Maybe 3 months before we fucked. Like, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. Like, I was a hoe back then anyway, so I was like, I was already sleeping around, and like, not enough, but I had girls I slept with. And so it was like, I wasn't trying to force sex. It wasn't about sex. It was about getting to know somebody naturally. And so we ended up getting to know each other. We ended up beginning to, like, have feelings. So the first time we had sex, we had feelings for each other. Yeah,
Novel idea.
Yeah, I know, stupid. Yeah, stupid. I don't know. Very stupid. I don't know why I did that. But so we had feelings for each other. So the whole thing was like, when it was time, so I was getting ready. She was like, all right, like, it's time to pull my dick out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, she was like, moment of truth. It was like, oh, bitch, hold on. Fuck you. I got dick. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, but that was just funny that, like, she was like, oh, man. Like, but what if I had a small dick, though? It's like, that would have been, like, crushing. I guess she felt I had the energy, I guess. I don't know. But if I had a small dick, it would have been fucked up. But she was like, moment of truth. Let's see what you working with. Man, that's one of the funniest things I think ever happened to me in like regular time, real life. You know what I'm saying? It was just like...
we probably shouldn't go too far down this path, but obviously there's a stereotype about African-American penis versus white penis.
I do jokes about that.
But you probably see more black dick than I have.
I would hope so.
In a locker room, wherever. Here's my question. Here's my question to you. Are there any black guys with a small dick? Does that happen?
Okay, here you go.
Does it happen?
I'll say
micro
this.
penis.
Like, I do a joke about that.
That is a medical condition. It's different. Like,
No.
you can't judge. Yeah, you can't let it.
You know one thing about that, though? That's true fact. Is one of the only medical conditions that you don't need a medical professional. You can self-diagnose it.
I'm sure you can. Easily.
You don't need a doctor to tell you that motherfucker.
What size does make a micro penis? And by the way, does anyone have a ruler?
Are you questioning?
It's like 1 inch and under, I think.
1 inch and under?
Yeah. That's horrible. That's horrible, man.
1 inch?
You know how good your personality gotta be. You
gotta be super funny, like a comedian or something.
You gotta be super like shit. You gotta be funny. Black comedian.
To specify, make it clear.
That's what we have to remind them, like black comedian.
Yeah. So is a black micro penis 2 inches? Is that how it works? Yeah.
Like 6 something. Like, what's going on?
Wait, you didn't answer the question. Are there black people with smaller penises? Is that a thing?
That's not okay. There's a few things.
I think you're a little too curious, Ryan.
You brought it up. You brought up the penis size.
I brought it up.
No, he did. In the context of the story.
Yeah. So the whole thing is that I say it like this, man. It's like I just know that I'm doing my job. And that's and then the type of
it works.
Yeah, the type of pornography that I frequent, they doing their job too. And you know what I'm saying? And so all that other shit, like I don't. That's one thing. Like I don't really watch like either like all the porn I watch does have a black penis because it's the only way it can really truly relate to me. You want
to feel that connection?
Yeah. I like to live vicariously. You know
watch white penis.
Yeah. It's the same way. I can't get into it. It's like it's like not a pink penis.
Do you have a joke about a pink penis?
No, I got jokes.
Some material for
you. Like I do now.
But yeah, man, it's crazy, man. So I don't really. Yeah, I do a good amount of dick jokes though. It's like because I talk about it's fun.
I think you have to.
I think it's because the whole thing is that I think I kind of find it like exhilarating, like to talk about do dick jokes, but not be a hack and not do the same 8 dick jokes everybody been doing. You know what I'm saying? I want to like add my own, like where it's like, oh, I ain't gonna lie, that was a smart ass dick joke. You know what I'm saying? Like I like that.
That's a sentence no one's ever said before.
Yeah, I like
that was
that
a smart ass dick joke. That's a new sentence.
Yeah, I like to do stuff like that.
So again, playing at Zany's on February 19th.
Yeah.
If you want to hear the 8
Zany's
smartest dick
Nashville.
jokes you've ever heard.
Yeah, man.
That should be the name of your show. The 8 smartest dick jokes you ever heard.
No, so I'm doing an EP later this year, probably, or beginning, probably later this year. It's gonna be called. It's gonna be one of my favorite, my favorite Tom Cruise movie. What would you think my favorite Tom Cruise movie is?
I mean, let's see. Oh, now I gotta think
My
about it. 'Cause I feel like you're trying to trick me.
My first thought was Top Gun.
Oh, that might be the best one. Mission Impossible. The first Mission Impossible is amazing.
I wanted to say Big for a second. That's Tom Hanks.
Yes, Tom. That's not the same at all.
Tom Hanks. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to think. What's like an obscure one that you'll probably say? What's the one where he's a lawyer?
Risky
That's
Business?
a great one.
Risky Business.
Nope. There's not.
Oh, lawyer.
Where,
No,
where
not
he's,
lawyer.
where he's a lawyer and it's the mob.
How is
that
that?
one's
Pelican
good.
Brief.
Show
or
me the
some
money?
shit like that? Is that right?
No, you're
Isn't
thinking
he
Jerry
that?
Maguire.
Jerry
Jerry Maguire
Maguire?
might be his best movie. That movie's so good.
My favorite Tom Cruise movie is Cocktails.
Cocktails?
Cocktails, man.
I've never even heard of it.
Oh man, you gotta see it. It's amazing. It's my favorite. Tom Cruise is Cocktails. So whole thing is that I'm gonna do like a parody of that album. I mean, a parody of that movie cover. It's gonna be me. It's
Oh,
gonna
the
be,
movie cover? I gotta look at the movie cover now.
Yeah, it's over the top. It's Cocktails.
I gotta look at it.
Oh,
I've
it's
literally
perfect.
never even heard of it, which is
Yeah.
crazy because I watch a lot of movies.
It's got like Elizabeth Shue in it. It's got
You can't just Google cocktails. It doesn't work.
Yeah, Tom Cruise.
1988.
Yeah, that's my favorite Tom Cruise movie.
Yo, I
Like
need more water.
this?
You need more water?
Yeah. Yeah, no, they no, it's gotta be smaller than that. The one with the full bar.
Wait, let me see.
There's a Cocktails 2.
Oh, the content. That's
There's a Cocktails 2.
Nah, they didn't come out.
There's no way sequels are good,
They
right?
didn't come out. I know they didn't come out.
Dude, it's all neat. This is like our podcast vibe. Like this was what you're talking about right here.
Yeah.
That's
me.
That's like the same thing as. Have you seen like our logo? Our logo looks like that.
Yeah, that's what.
Here, I'll show you what we got for going over ours. The we go with the neon light kind of style. How do I fucking use Instagram?
That's my hat. My hat neon. Like not this one, but my album hat.
Yeah. So that's our logo there on top, like a
Oh,
neon.
yeah. I seen that.
Yeah.
I'm tripping. No, so my hat, I did stitching. It's all stitched, but it's neon stitching.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Where do you get that on local or you?
Yeah, I do like from now. He finna move back. He finna move to San Diego.
That's a good spot.
He was in San
you
Diego.
been there?
No,
you gotta go.
I'm going because
do you like Mexican food?
Oh yeah, of course.
But have you ever had like real Mexican
No,
food?
the best. I'd had the best this area had to offer.
Oh, so trash, 100% trash is what you've had.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The you want to go the best place to get Mexican food here that we found is Oscar's Taco Shop. Have you been to Oscar?
I know it's got the sombrero on it on the O.
Yeah.
I don't think I had it, but I think my old roommate used to eat that shit.
The guy who owns Oscar's also owns a taco shop in San Diego.
Okay.
That's how I know about it. Because when we were moving here, everyone who has been here told me like you got to go to Oscar's.
Yeah.
That's the only place you get Mexican food.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of good like white people Mexican food here.
Tex-Mex, yeah.
Tex-Mex.
Yeah.
Ugh, I can't do. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I can't do Tex-Mex. But it's hard to find good Mexican food in Nashville.
Yeah, I'm like my old roommate. He's from LA, and he's El Salvadorian. So yeah,
So he knows what good Mexican food is.
Yeah. So yeah, he definitely know. As soon as he come back, I'm gonna use the bathroom when he come back. So guys don't want to leave here by myself.
By myself, just talking to myself, just like, hey guys, I'm just doing a podcast.
Yeah, you know.
But yeah, in general, food in Nashville, like, so over on the West Coast, there is no good Southern food. Now I didn't know that. I didn't really know what Southern food was till I moved here.
Yeah.
And out there's lots of good food, but here, the Southern food is just fucking.
It's over the top.
Oh my god. But if I want anything else, the food kind of sucks.
Do
Like, where's the good Asian places? Where's the good Asian food? You know, where's the good Mexican food? Where's the good anything?
All the Asian food is hip white places now. Like Faragos
And
shit
that's
like
not
that.
that's not what I want. I want
you paying for the experience and shit.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. See, what I'm saying the better Asian places go. You gonna have to go to like some mom and pop shit. You have to go like West Nashville or some shit like that.
Yeah, it's just hard to find.
Yeah.
That being said, I've never had better chicken than I have had here in Nashville. Everywhere I go. Everywhere I go is the best chicken.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. You do you.
We now go to commercial break.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Zany's?
February 19th.
Zany's Comedy Shop, February 19th. Brad Sativa live and in person with Joseph Kelly, an actual white comedian.
Oh my God. The
And-
rarest of the rare.
And I forget the other name of the other person opening. We'll have to ask when we get back.
Yeah, we gotta watch some stand up tonight.
Yeah, I think it's probably.
I think it's appropriate.
It's probably a good night for stand up.
Maybe several. Well, it depends how long. I mean, some specials are only like what, 40 minutes.
Strong.
Yeah, we'll see.
Although I gotta say personally, and you know about my week.
I did have a movie specifically that I thought we should watch tonight.
I'm feeling a movie, man.
I did have
Sort of depends on the home vibe, but
yeah.
I might need a
I did
movie.
have in my mind a movie that we should
movie?
definitely watch tonight that I don't know if you've seen, which is White Chicks. Have you seen White Chicks?
I can't.
You know what? Here's what happened.
I kind of feel like I did, but I don't.
I was
remember.
watching a clip because I was sending some clips to a management company that emailed us about getting some artists on, and I was going to send them some clips of like, here's our Instagram stuff. Like, who do you
So
think
you were
fits
going to
best
send
our
them
vibe?
White Chicks as like a reference?
Well, no, but I was watching our clips on Instagram and I saw Monty singing, making my way downtown.
Oh, right.
And
Which was in White Chicks.
Which is in White Chicks, and so I was like, it's like the best clip. And so I Googled like the clip and I watched it and I was like, fuck, this movie's funny. I was like, that's a good movie to watch. Like, if you've never seen it, that's a great movie to watch.
I can't remember if I saw it or if I just saw the trailer.
Anything with Terry Crews, for that matter.
Terry Crews getting his ass in trouble now.
Is he? What happened to Terry Crews?
He be running his mouth too much, doing too much.
Doing too much?
Yeah, and also, he got mad. Now, he got mad. He was talking about Gabrielle Union because she spoke up about America's Got Talent was doing some fuck shit. And then he...
But what does he get in trouble for speaking out about stuff he should speak out about?
No, shouldn't be speaking about. He was the guy because he was like... She was well documented what she was saying and people agreed with it. And he, what we call tap danced. Yeah.
That's fun. I like Terry. Terry Crews is one of my favorite.
He's
hilarious.
Big, strong motherfucker. I give him that. That motherfucker.
He's a funny actor, and he's like a gamer.
He's real good funny.
He's like real popular. I don't know if you know. I'm a gamer. I stream games.
You use Twitch. You use Twitch, so I assume.
Yeah, exactly.
You was in the realm.
Yeah, and Terry Crews is like, he's kind of like the hero of the PC gaming community right now because he's a huge PC gamer.
Yeah,
and he's also like a massively famous guy who's also like jacked.
Yeah,
fucking jacked.
Like 50 something.
Is he 50 something?
Yeah, that motherfucker.
That's how old he is.
Yeah, something like that.
Holy
real.
shit!
Yeah.
I never would have guessed he was that old.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. He was like, shit, that motherfucker. He been out for a minute. You got to look like what next Friday had to come out 15 years ago. He had to be like 35.
Oh man,
He was in next Friday?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
Friday after next, maybe. It's
20
Friday.
years.
Friday after next.
I only saw the first one.
Is
I
that
didn't
the
see
third one?
That's the third one.
That's too many.
I never saw Friday, but I saw next Friday, but I didn't say Friday after next.
I feel like Friday is overhyped. I like it's a good movie.
Friday real good.
I don't know, man. I've seen it a couple times. I feel like it's good, but I don't know if it's blowing my mind.
He's 51. Yeah.
51.
Yeah.
He does not look 51. He looks young for 51.
Yeah, for sure. But
Jesus.
Now Friday good as fuck, but you gotta understand. You gotta understand that. See, you from California, and so you're gonna for what it was. That not only that series popped so many careers.
Oh yeah.
For number one, it popped so many people, like comedians for sure, and like other actors like Terry Crews. It'd be no Terry Crews for the most part without Friday after next.
That's fair. That's fair.
It'd be no Michael Blackson. You're talking about even Cat Williams.
Cat Williams was big before Friday, right?
No. That's
Really?
his first big break. Friday after next.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Who else?
Because he got real big, real fast.
Right after that. Because he blew
I
up
didn't know
on
that.
Friday
That's
after
crazy.
next. He blew up on Friday after next. And then, who else? God, the one who played Day Day. Mike Epps. Mike Epps was not, he was unknown before then for the most part. Smokey.
Someone said Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker,
Yeah.
he was unknown for sure.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't realize so many people
saved
came
him.
from
I
that.
saved him from last, but yeah, Chris Tucker, no Terry Crews. Also, Debo. Everybody knew him from wrestling, but Debo is literally like a noun and pronoun and an adjective now. It's everything. They turned Debo into being a noun, an adjective, a verb. Because you can get Debo'd. That means you get bullied. you Debo. The verb, and man, you deep man, like yeah, Debo, look at my man, like as an adjective. Yeah, they turned Debo into like three things. Then also Felicia, that Bye Felicia shit.
Bye Felicia, yeah,
that's pop culture.
That's the biggest pop. That's
Yeah,
huge.
it's literally
That from
changed.
Friday?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's from Friday.
Yeah.
Like literally all that changed. Is the small, even the dude that played Lil Joker, now he's a real good actor. Like he does a lot of good movies, like movies that's not comedies, like dramas and stuff. It popped a lot of that series popped a lot of comedians.
Huh, I guess I just never realized. I haven't seen it in so long.
It's a lot of comedians. John Witherspoon, that was his big break.
Even
not his biggest break.
Oh, because he's been doing comedy and stuff for a long time.
But nope, his two biggest breaks though was Boomerang and Friday.
Really?
Yeah.
Because he's been around for decades.
I know. He with all them motherfuckers. But Boomerang, which was with Eddie Murphy, and that's when he came up with the bang, 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 bang. He did that in Boomerang. And then the Friday series, Pops. He was the father figure, and then he did the show with Marlon Wayans, the Wayans brothers. He was the pops in that. But his two biggest movies, or his two biggest roles, was being Pops on Friday, and then Eddie Murphy, that Bang Bang Bang, because that's where he coined the term, and that's his moneymaker. That became his slogan going forward.
Didn't John Witherspoon recently die?
Yes, he did.
He did, right?
He did.
I thought I heard that.
Yeah, like a couple months ago.
Yeah, like really recent.
About 3 months ago.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like a comedy icon.
Yeah.
He's a big deal. I didn't realize that's where his big breaks were.
But
That's
what's
crazy.
name? But yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was known, but that's where he became. Nobody know. All right, if you ask anybody that in our age range, where they know John Witherspoon from, they're gonna be like Friday,
Yeah.
the Wayans brothers, or Boomerang.
Right. I guess, and honestly, a lot of people don't know who he is. Like especially younger. Like people our age and younger. Like we're like the cutoff. I feel like anybody younger than me has no clue who that is.
Like,
Which is crazy because he's massive.
for black people, all black people know. I ain't saying
Maybe I was raised around not a lot of white people.
No. It's just that
But I
Friday.
feel like anybody younger, yeah.
Not just Friday, one of those movies that everybody's saying. That's all. It's just like it's like a hood classic. It's like, and that's what it.
Did I just hear that go off?
No.
Okay. I thought I just heard it close.
Yeah, but no, it's a hood classic. That's why it's known as being that. And but yeah,
Man. Oh yeah, someone said he was also the granddad in Boondocks.
that too.
That was funny. That was funny.
Too.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
But Boondocks is way after Friday and Boomerang too, though. So yeah,
that was way later. That was way later. That was like
yeah.
late. That was like 2000s.
Yeah, like I was still in college. I mean, in the college, like 2007.
Yeah, I think that's when I started watching, like 2008,
Yeah.
2000, something like that. That's when I
Yes,
started.
that is true. That is true. They are absolutely. I did forget about that one.
Yeah.
But still though, the other two roles. That's the reason why he was able to get that role. Was because of them two roles.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's. I seen a video fucking with John Witherspoon. He was with. He was on a roast of Richard Pryor.
Ooh, that's got to be a hard guy to roast because he's gonna roast you back harder than you could roast
Man,
him.
it was perfect. It's like, man, he ripped into Paul Mooney ass so bad. He called Paul Mooney gay so many times. And it's like, for real. And that's why it's like,
Well, Richard Pryor, he roasts. I mean, all his stuff is roasting people. That's like he does so much.
yeah, he killed him.
He's hard. He goes hard.
Got to. I go hard like that.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say like Richard. I'm saying, but
Sure.
I go
But you go hard, yeah.
I go hard in the vein because I feel like somebody gonna say something fucked up, so I'm beat to the punch. I might as well say the fucked up shit.
Which takes me back to, why won't you tell us a joke?
It doesn't. It just.
You were about to answer. You were about to say there's a reason, and then we didn't say it.
Oh yeah, sorry. There's two reasons.
Yeah.
One reason could we in Nashville.
Okay. I don't know what that means.
My joke, my show is what? The 19th.
Yeah, February 19th at Zany's, Nashville.
But I'm also, even in town, I'm doing 8-9 shows before that.
Before that? That's not that far away.
I know. That's what I'm saying. So why would I tell you a joke when you just come to a show?
All right. Fair enough.
And then number 2, I got an album out. I got a whole hour of me telling jokes.
And also, isn't it kind of awkward to tell jokes just to 2 people?
And the album is called
plus
Petty, and it's on Spotify and Amazon Music and Google Play.
Titles,
everywhere you can get it.
Titles on all of them.
You go on Tidal, you can hear it at fucking wave quality, 44:1 16-bit.
Yeah. My sound guy, he works for Property Brothers, so you know that sound good.
Property Brothers, huh?
Yeah.
I like me some Property Brothers.
Yeah, he does the sound for him.
Property Brothers is definitely a guilty pleasure of mine.
Yeah,
I can watch Property Brothers all day. That's why I watch every time all day.
Yeah,
whatever
John Mulaney.
He's cheaped into me.
I think that's John Mulaney, right?
I don't think about it.
I'm pretty positive.
Sure,
yeah, you just did a John Mulaney
I believe it. I've watched a lot of John Mulaney.
That's funny.
So
But
you
that's my
really appreciate
show.
an open concept.
Yes, I do. I love being open concept, Marvel concepts, nice backsplash. The thing is, that's what I watch when I'm staying in a hotel.
Yeah.
I put on HGTV. I don't know why. Only when I'm in hotels.
Yeah.
I throw on HGTV. I watch Property Brothers marathons like nonstop. I don't know why.
Easy to watch.
It is easy to watch.
See, it's like this. It's like my nothing TV thing to watch would probably be my roommate at the time created that was Chopped.
Chopped.
Same thing. It's like for 30 minutes you can watch. It's only 30-minute episodes, but then you can watch an hour. 2 hours.
Is that Alton Brown? He does Chopped. Is that who?
I don't even know who. That's what I'm saying. I don't even know. That's the point.
You just throw it on. Yeah.
It's entertaining for see people making shit out of like the random ass shit, like it's a high shit.
Yeah.
That shit that high people do. what I got inside the house, like what's in the refrigerator? I got some macaroni and cheese, some eggs. We're gonna put some eggs and macaroni and cheese, and it's like some old hot shit. So I think, but it's like you don't have to get like involved mentally. You can chat, you can be on your phone the whole goddamn time.
You don't gotta pay that much attention.
Yeah.
You get what they're doing. They're cooking stuff.
Yeah, you catch the end results and find out. Yeah, so
I used to watch that one. What was that? The one, oh shoot, what was it? I want to say it was called Hell's Kitchen, but that's not true. Where they like take away their ingredients, like give them other shit. Fuck, it was Alton Brown hosting it. Remember, we watched a shit ton of it. We watched a lot of it.
Oh, the one I watched with you?
Yeah, what was that called? I don't remember.
That one.
Corinne, what was that called?
There's no ingredients taken away.
Yeah, like they would do like challenges. They'd be like, your challenge is instead of having chicken, we're going to give you tofu. You're like, what the fuck are you supposed to do with that? That was a good show. I don't remember what that was.
Chop. That sound like Chop.
Is that Chop?
That sound like Chop.
Oh, it was.
But yeah, Chop gives some fucked up shit. But no, I don't know. It's like, but I don't really watch a lot of TV though. It's like I kind of cut TV out.
I watch a lot of TV.
It's like I had to. It's not just because it's just. I needed a creative like sabbatical, and so
Cutthroat Kitchen. Someone said Cutthroat
Kitchen.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
These people they some informative.
Yeah. Well, that was my wife who said that. To be fair, so she's watching that.
Okay, she's like, oh,
His sister.
Okay. Now y'all bridging it all together.
We haven't used Austin yet as our Google.
I know. I was saying that earlier. I was like, man, we can use Austin. So he's sitting out there. I can be like, hey, Austin, can you go ahead and Google that for me?
We haven't done that. So just opening up the floodgates here.
Yeah, so I should have been asking them to do all this thing. I'm mad. My phone halfway fucked up anyway. I'm kind of drunk now. I ain't gonna lie.
We are the whole bottle podcast. So we almost always drink a whole bottle.
I'm finna start texting.
I'm feeling excited. And granted, I just don't think I ate enough today. I had like oatmeal in the morning, and then I had
a shitty TV dinner.
Correct. Well, it wasn't shitty. It was actually pretty good, but I forgot.
Yeah, I fucked up.
But yeah, I had like a TV dinner. But those things, unfortunately, they're only like probably 350 calories.
Right. So your body's running off liquor right now.
I didn't eat a lot. Yeah, but that's like most days I do that. But anyway,
I purposely. So today at work, I work at Belmont, but I didn't take a lunch and instead left an hour early, which I can only do every once in a while. But so I did that on purpose so that I would eat right before I came here. So I ate like 4 instead of like 1.
Yeah, I could.
Because I know if I don't eat and we drink this whole bottle.
I ate right before we started.
I mean, this is a whole bottle. It's looking a little low.
Yeah, you know, yeah.
But we still got a good amount left for me to feel this way, I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm
right now I feel like, ooh, I could order a large pizza and eat the whole thing.
I'm gonna do some. I'm still gonna do some jump shots for pussy later. So it's like I still got a few.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, what is that? Is that like a pickleback?
Jump shots for pussy?
Yeah, no. So it's
That sounds like put the pussy on the chain wax.
no. That means I'm just gonna send out about like some text to like a few people. You know what I'm saying? Say who bite back first. That's all.
It's just one of those phrases. I'm like, what?
Somebody see who gonna give me the rebound and throw the ball back. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
You're throwing the ball in their court.
Do you know about put the pussy on the chain wax?
Are you a Key and Peele fan?
Nah.
You're not a Key and Peele fan.
It's not that I'm not a fan. I've just never seen. I've seen like just.
Well, you need to get your life together and watch some
like
Key and
one
Peele.
clip at a time. Yeah. Like the
yeah.
Obama shit was funny. Like the one with like when he shook white people's hands. He was just like.
Oh, the Obama. Yeah.
And the
It's like,
black people was like,
Have you seen? It's gonna get controversial. I don't know if I can even say this word.
Wait a minute. What?
not that far, but have you seen the episode Negro Town?
Oh my God.
It's worth your time.
I'll Google it.
You will bust up. You will. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I like. I'm not opposed to it. I missed the whole.
It's time to get on board. They have a lot of good shit. They have
I heard a lot of good
shit.
stuff about him. Of course, what you're doing well in movies now. So.
Oh yeah. It's hard. It must be hard to go from being known as like a funny skit guy to making like kind of serious movies.
Serious thrillers.
Yeah.
Thrillers. Yeah.
movies.
That's got to be because that's Jordan Peele, right?
Yeah.
That's not Keegan-Michael Key.
No, it's
Yeah.
Jordan.
Because what is he doing? Is he still doing? He's still doing funny.
Yeah, he's still doing silly.
He's still doing fun. But like Jordan Peele's become like a serious.
See, but that's kind of like
guy.
my point, though. It's like where, like,
That's a good question. Someone in chat, she asked, your what would you say? Jump shot and pussy. What was your phrase? How do you know what that? What did you say? She said, "What if multiple girls respond?"
Hey, well, some gonna fall off because if they popular enough, they gonna have more than me shooting. That's like, it's like.
Now I get it.
Yeah, it's like, it's a certain look right now. It's like 9:20. It's still young in the night for some women, and it's late in the night for some other women. You know what I'm saying? But
the women you're looking for are the ones who it's still early in the night.
No,
So do you have like a group message?
no,
It's
just
like, who's up? There's like 20 women in this group. One of y'all got to be free.
No, I just like the
Free and drunk.
I just like company. I like good company with good people.
Yeah, that's what you're looking for. Good company.
Yeah.
Classy. Some good, classy company.
I'm a classy guy.
So, wait,
listening.
Peele, Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peele.
I was getting backwards because in my head he's not a Jordan,
Keegan-Michael Key is the tall, skinny one.
right?
Yeah.
And Peele's the he's not fat.
No, he's just shorter
like,
than He's a regular looking
he's
guy.
slightly rounder.
Regular build.
Regular guy.
Normal guy. He is my favorite, and I don't know why. But I
Really?
like prefer him.
Oh, I prefer Key.
I
the
prefer
Key side.
I prefer Jordan Peele. I don't even know why, but Jordan Peele hosted the reboot CBS did of the Twilight Zone this last year.
Writing all that shit.
I watched every episode.
Yeah.
How was it?
You know, it was good and challenging at the same time. So what frustrated me? So I'm like this is like one of my nerd sides.
Okay.
I'm a big Twilight Zone fan.
Okay.
My dad was born in like 52. So he grew up at that right age that he's a Twilight Zone fan. Mm-hmm. So as we grew up, he showed us the Twilight Zone every chance he could. And so New Year's Eve every year we watched the Twilight Zone when the big marathon. So and then I got into it as I got older, and I've watched every episode.
Yeah.
So when they said they're doing a reboot, I was all in. In fact, I watched the last reboot too with Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah.
And I was like 14, so I don't know. I liked it because it was the Twilight Zone, but I don't.
Yeah.
I'd have to go back as an adult to understand.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
now, so they come out with this one with Jordan Peele. So I think he did a good job as the host. The show, it was definitely better than the like 2005 reboot I watched. It was definitely, I mean, it was really high quality.
Yeah.
And the stories were pretty good. The only thing that bothered me is they're very political.
Yeah.
They went hard. Here's the thing that bothered me though, because I think they made the point that like the Twilight Zone was political too. But the thing here's what made the Twilight Zone kind of good on the political front. The Twilight Zone, if you get real deep, it's a little bit left-leaning. A little bit for the time.
Yeah.
But it was in a very like right-leaning time.
Yeah.
And it was during like a very scary time when everyone's afraid of the nuclear bomb, everyone's afraid of the Cold War, all this shit. So they didn't feel like they could come out and just say their message.
Mm-hmm.
They had
smart
to
about
be
it.
really undercover.
Yeah, for sure.
And they hid it all in the framework of like monsters and sci-fi.
Yeah.
So that like you have to kind of think if you try to figure out what they're saying.
Yeah.
But if you just watch it on face value, you think it's a monster story, but it feels deeper, and you really have to think.
But
Here's
like the
problem with
political
new show.
chaos we're in right now, everyone's so blunt and forward about it.
Yes, god damn it. And that's the problem with the new Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Is the new Twilight Zone, you don't have to be, it's like 20 minutes into an hour-long episode, you know what they're trying to say politically.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, you fucking hate Trump. You're like you're very, very liberal.
Yeah.
And you think, and this is exactly, you know exactly what their point is before you're to the end. And I think that's the beauty of like really great art. Really great art to me is when, now great art can be just great art because it's just great art and it doesn't even have to have a message.
Yeah.
But if you're going to put a message in art, you better hide that shit.
Yeah.
So that you don't, it's like they say about songwriting, you know, because you were in music.
Mm-hmm.
Show, don't tell. Show me so that by the end I see your point of view and I'm like, oh shit, I need to rethink my life a little bit after that. That fucked my mind up. But like what the new Twilight Zone to me did wrong was they just telled. They just told, in 15 minutes, you knew what their political vantage point was. You knew what they were trying to say. In fact, because everybody's so riled up about politics the last 4 years, it was like...
I think last 12.
Yes. Ever since fucking Facebook.
Yeah.
2008, dude.
Ever
It was
since,
like Barack Obama 2008.
Ever
it was
since
till
Barack,
now.
Barack fucked it up. Like, and not a fucked up way, but Barack exposed people. And it's like... And it's like even people like West Virginia. West Virginia was a historically Democratic voting state before Barack.
Really?
Yeah. They voted Democrats. But it's like, oh, I'm not voting for a black president. Fuck that. And that's all I say. Expose themselves. A lot of Democratic states expose themselves and shit.
What a lot happened that election, and another thing too was just like 2008 was like the year Facebook popped outside of college market.
Yeah, that's when they.
Y'all late adopters.
Yeah,
I had Facebook in 2005.
Me too. No, I had it before then. I had it when it came out.
I had it when it was the Facebook still.
Yeah, I'm the first generation. I had it when you had to be in college.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
I'm first generation.
My college advertised, like they made you sign up for it because that's how they had you connect with like your roommate.
Oh,
that you're gonna have.
I'm before that, bro. I'm before, like, at least my college wasn't on it like that. But I'm in the first million people probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, ever on Facebook. Probably within that first million. And like definitely is like I said, I still sign in with an EDU. I didn't even change
Dude,
it.
I changed
What?
it.
Yeah.
I changed it. Yeah, I don't even have access to my old EDU address anymore.
I don't either, but that's why I signed in there.
Yeah, you had to have a
But
.edu to sign up for Facebook. back then.
2008 was the first election where Facebook was like at a peak in America, at least, where we were like we were all on it, and that was the first year there was a political election, and everybody was sharing stuff on Facebook about it, and it's only gotten worse since then.
He took advantage of that. That's right.
Yeah, which like it's such a valuable tool, but man,
We got my favorite comment though.
oh wow,
Let's Go Get Hype says, rewatch the podcast, and every time Ryan says politics, penis, or here's the problem, you have to drink.
That's fine.
I'm just a penis that
Here's
many
the
times.
problem.
Here's the problem with penis, or with politics.
I gotta say, so to kind of harken back a little bit.
well, let's get here around.
No,
my
sorry,
Twilight Zone.
wrap.
My Twilight Zone rant is just to say.
This is also Twilight
It's
Zone
just to
related.
say, man, I like have a lot of reverence for the Twilight Zone, and maybe more than a person should have. But my point is, like, you watch an old Twilight Zone, like the monsters they do on Maple Street, you watch it, and it's, like, engaging, and you're interested in this story of aliens and people. And then after it's done, after the punch, you think about it, and you're like, oh, this is kind of about, like, communism and how everybody was on a witch hunt, and you weren't trusting your neighbor, if you think about it.
Yeah.
But the new Twilight Zone, they're just... It was like they're too emboldened by... like, they felt like their opinion was so ubiquitous that when they're putting it forward, they didn't hide it. Like, it was too obvious. And so it was like, I'm just watching it, and I feel like I'm watching writers try to be clever. I'm not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're like, you guys, come on. Like, I see that, that's the thing, you watch it, and you don't watch the story, you're like, I see writers behind this, and you're trying to tell me what to believe. Just show me a perspective, and I might walk away with something, you know? So that was my problem with it.
See, I watched
that being
one
said,
or two
I watched
with you.
everyone, and I'm going to watch next season too, because I'm devoted, and I think they didn't do a terrible job. It just... But the way they approach politics in it made me... I literally wrote an email to CBS. That's ridiculous. My name's not Karen.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, Karen, settle the fuck down.
I'm like, Karen out here asking for the manager. But like, that's how passionate about I was, man. I was like up late one night, and probably I was a little bit tipsy. I'm watching Twilight Zone. I'm like, I'm gonna write CBS an email about this shit.
Can we stop talking about this and ask Mr. Sativa whether any of those pussy shots landed?
Well, he's pushing shot right now. He's on it, man.
It's an active process. It's an active process.
He keeps checking phones, so I'm thinking he did.
It's an active process. It runs until
step
like
one. Now you're on step two.
Yeah, it runs like till midnight. I got like a gauntlet. I got to lock down. I got to lock down like the potentials, and then like what's the like the positive like of everybody.
Oh my God.
I'm shooting all the way out here. I am shooting them.
Oh man.
So sorry, you were trying to harken it back.
I was gonna say I watched one or two of those episodes with you.
Twilight Zone.
Yeah, and I thought the only and I mean it was all right. I'm not a huge Twilight Zone fan by any means, but I thought my biggest problem was what was the guy's name? The original guy.
Rod Sterling. I kind of felt like Jordan Peele
was trying to be Rod Sterling too much. Like Jordan Peele in and of himself is great. Like be Jordan Peele. You don't have to be like over the top funny, but like he didn't have to try to be Rod Sterling, and I feel like that was kind of the thing that I wasn't a fan of.
I see.
That was it. Yeah. That was all I was saying. But damn.
That's funny.
They it's just like, it's one of those things where it's like, oh man, that was like a 85%, and there's just like which is that, I mean, it's a B. That's almost an A.
Yeah.
There's just a few things about it where I'm like, come on, guys. Like, I know you're mad about politics right now, but just like,
everyone's mad about politics right now.
Everyone's mad. I get it, but like,
for no reason.
But it's the Twilight Zone. Can you like
chill out a bit?
Chill out. You know, talk about it outside of the Twilight Zone, but like, you don't have to be so obvious. At least like, even when I'm songwriting, and maybe that's too like, so. And this is a difference with me in Nashville. It's like sort of changing the subject a little bit, but on the same topic.
Yeah.
So I come from a background of the music I listen to. I always respected people that wrote kind of more poetic lyrics, where you read it, you hear it, and you don't know what they're saying. You like the music, you like the melody, you sing along with the words, but you don't really know what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah.
And you have to really dig to kind of figure it out. And then also, too, when people are vague, it can apply to you in any situation of your life.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, you can relate to it as any kind of a person.
Yeah, sure.
Because it's sort of, you can apply it to you.
Yeah, for sure.
You come to Nashville, the way that Nashville, like, at least the establishment, the way they talk about writing is, they talk about writing in a very different way. It needs to be extremely clear, concise, something an 8th grader could understand. You need to, like, it's just very formulaic. And it's not just formulaic, it's like, it's very like, it's story based, which I've come to appreciate over time. Like, there's something to that as well.
You know why though they make it so concise? Because the average American read at 8th grade level, so that makes sense.
Is that true?
It is true.
8th grade level?
I'm bothered. I'm bothered by any anything that brought into artistry that's from a perspective of simply like, what would make the most money to do?
Yeah.
Do this thing.
Well, that takes a lot of the art out of it.
Yeah, it really bothers me. I'm like, no, you got to do your thing. Like, whatever Brad Sativa is the best at, whatever I'm the best at, like, do that thing. And if what your thing happens to be is 8th grade reading level, I have no problem with that.
Oh, it's fine.
For that guy.
But yeah, it's fine. But
when they dumb somebody down because they're like, we got to get you to appeal to these people to make maximum profit, and I'm like, just let an artist needs to be whoever that artist is. That's their best chance of being super successful.
Yeah.
Is being
But it's
the
also their
version
best chance
themselves.
of being the opposite of successful, being a huge failure because of who they are as themselves sucks.
But
They're a good
depends how you-
singer.
but it depends how
Like a
you
company
mean it.
might want to like, hey, you're a
Depends how
good
you
singer.
mean that.
Let us do the songs. You
Well,
just
but it
sing.
depends. Are you talking about is success?
I'm talking about money.
Okay, yeah. So
I'm talking about money.
If success equals commercial success, then you have a point. But if success equals you did the best version of your art, and whether or not enough people found you and bought you is somewhat irrelevant, then it's a different story. So is success
Right.
defined by you achieved your artistic pinnacle, or is success defined by maximum number of eyes saw you?
Some combo, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think every person has to decide every artist has to decide for themselves what they're going for. And you better not lie to yourself and pretend you're going for both. Unless you're trying to go for some in between, and maybe that's fine too. But I'm just
Yeah, I
saying,
mean, it's not bad to strive for both.
some people pretend like they're trying to be artistic, but their actual decisions betray the fact that they're going for a certain kind of commercial value. And you should probably just be honest.
So we're gonna start wrapping up here pretty soon, I think. But there is one question that we ask every guest,
Okay.
every single guest,
Bang bang.
since the beginning until you, all leading up to this moment right now. Now, here's the deal.
Okay.
You're so laissez-faire about it.
Well, because he's
All
fucking,
right.
what is it?
I'm
He's
numb.
jump shotting on the pussy right now.
Yeah, I'm numb though. It's like yeah. I'm in there. I'm listening.
And I'm very far from the piano right now, just for dramatic effect.
Yeah. If you had to choose,
And you do.
and you do.
Okay, let's do it. I like choosing. I'm a choosy lover.
Now, here's the important thing. With this question, everybody has an answer,
Okay.
but not everybody knows what that answer is.
Okay.
Okay. So
Until they appear on this show.
until they appear on the show.
Okay.
So the thing is, the answer to this question must come not from here.
Okay.
For the podcast listeners and you, because you're currently jump shotting on pussy. He's one to his head.
That's right.
Oh, swish?
go.
Was that a swish?
No.
Oh, we did it! We did it, boys!
I'm just setting it up. Yeah.
The answer
So it'll
must
come
come.
from his head. Yeah.
The answer must come from here.
Okay, cool.
He's pointing to his heart for the podcast listeners.
Yeah.
You
Now,
can't
what
see
that
him.
means is I don't want you to think about your answer.
Okay.
I want a instant answer. And you're comedians, you're quick.
All right, cool.
Okay, so I expect
So we
real
hear.
fast.
Let's go.
Okay. So if you had to choose.
And can I just fucking add, there are some obvious answers.
Okay.
And if you pick the obvious ones,
That's fine. It's fine if it's true.
I want to just tell you the last 5 people in a row did too, and I'm not impressed.
Okay.
Pick something a little bit more interesting.
But from the heart.
But from the heart.
Let's go. Let's see.
Yeah.
I'm
If you
ready.
had to choose.
And you do.
Okay.
And you do.
Okay. I'm ready.
What would you say
Is
is your favorite kind of turtle?
It would be a snapping turtle.
A snapping turtle.
God damn it! Everybody pick snapping turtle.
Everyone says snapping turtle or box turtle.
Number one
Okay.
from
Okay.
Tennessee.
Okay.
Name another motherfucking turtle. That's
I'm
in
not from Tennessee. I don't know how many turtles are here.
We got the snapping turtle, and we got the ones that got the little black shell with the yellow dots that you pick up where you don't want to run over them in the road. I don't even think they're turtle. I think they're tortoises.
Okay.
Like, that's the only thing we got. It's Tennessee.
All right. So
Snapping turtle, what you got? Like,
First off,
It's the only turtle you know.
representing your home state.
yeah,
Okay.
like the ones that got the fins and no claws. I ain't seen none of them niggas. I don't know none of that.
I'm just saying, look, when we first started asking this question, which we've asked it, what episode is this? 44, 45?
No. This is almost 50.
Almost 50?
Approaching 50.
In the beginning, we got like Ninja Turtle.
Oh, okay. You talking about like
I just said turtle. You can interpret that any way you want.
Okay, I got you. Yeah. Well, no.
Some people said ninja. We got like weird turtles. We got sea turtles. Now, the last like 5 episodes, everyone has said box or snapping. Those are
Every
the only
time.
answers we get now.
It's the only thing you get.
Yeah, cause
I think the world
because
stopped caring about turtles.
maybe we're just
Everyone's using straws and
Here's
shit.
the thing. We kind of perfected our formula of asking the question.
Yeah,
We have like a formula for
It's,
how we ask
it's way
it.
over the top. I
And
don't know if you know this.
Now, most people get a lot of tension. You didn't because you had other things and you're just like, okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
You kept chill. But most people...
They get nervous. They start to get nervous.
Ask the fucking question! They're about to lose their shit.
Yeah, that's funny.
But maybe just we've gotten too formulaic in how we ask. Maybe how we ask produces the answer, snapping or box.
Maybe we need to
it's
chill it
time
out
we
a little
come,
bit.
Maybe or
Back it up a
come
little
up with
bit.
a different way of asking it. It
I
could
thought
be
you were going to
just
say a different
extreme.
question. I was going to tell you to fuck off. That's our question.
I'm okay with that too. But maybe we just come up
Fuck
with
off.
maybe we just come up with a different way of asking it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like if you had to pick and you do.
Yeah, because the way you ask it, make it seem like you should pick an actual real turtle that exists and not like Michelangelo or some shit.
Maybe we need to give people time to think.
No, that defeats the whole purpose.
Yeah, that
Let me tell you.
That'd be impossible.
Let me tell you. So let me tell you the reason why I asked that question.
Okay, cool.
Because it mattered. So a long time ago, I went to a job interview. And you know what they asked me in that job interview?
What they asked
The
you?
same fucking questions every job interview asks you.
The worst.
That's just dumb shit. Like, where do you see yourself? And it's all sorts of bullshit. What are your weaknesses? And I thought, if I got a chance to interview someone, I wouldn't ask any of that shit.
Yeah.
Because I want to know if they can think on their feet. And I came up with, I was like, what's the most random fucking question? And that's how I came up with that question. And I was like, when I get a chance to interview someone, that's what I'm asking. So when we started the show, I was like, I'm asking every guest that question and see what they say.
See, but I would say this though, like you should have. You should have like 3 though. You should have 3 questions.
Okay. Mix it up a little bit.
Mix it up because you shouldn't put everything to ride and die on one question.
Ride and die on turtles.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I'm ride or die turtles.
You should be 3 questions because with 3 questions, that's a tiebreaker automatically.
What's the next one?
Next one would be, what is your current thing that you're occupying the most? Either TV show, music, like what are you spending?
Media based. Like
Media-based.
what media are you consuming right now
Right
or
now.
anything
Real
else?
quick. What is the main media thing you were occupying right
Okay,
now?
we got to refine that a little bit, but
Wait, if you had to pick,
and you do.
what would you say is your favorite media?
What kind of turtle media are you?
Turtle specific media.
I would have to say none.
The last turtle shit I seen was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: Secret of the Ooze. God damn it. That's
Circa 1989.
89? I don't think.
Bobby Brown was in that motherfucker. I remember
Really?
that. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
No. Bobby Brown was in the first one. I think Vanilla Ice was in the second one.
Vanilla Ice was in the Ninja Turtles?
Yeah.
What?
Write it up, type it up. Write it
Yeah,
up, type it up.
Austin, can you Google that for us?
Write
Austin?
it up, type it up. Write it up.
There we
type
go.
it up.
We did it. We did it.
Write it up, type it up. Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah, Vanilla Ice.
91 was
But
Turtles 2.
Vanilla Ice is definitely Ninja Turtles. Bobby Brown was Ghostbusters.
I haven't watched Ghostbusters in a long
Yeah,
time.
he was.
I'd rewatch it.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. It was called On Our Own. That was he did that, and Trump was in that video. That's what's funny.
Which
What?
one? Ninja
it's-
Turtles?
No, it's on. It's called Bobby Brown. It's called On Our Own. It's for Ghostbusters, and then it's shot in New York, and then Trump in it.
And now he's our president.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Weird how that happens.
He was also in Home Alone.
Home Alone 2. Home Alone 2, yeah.
See, this whole thing though, Trump. I guarantee. Look at this. No bullshit. Trump probably more rap songs than like name dropped in more rap songs than anybody.
Because he's a baller.
Yeah, the whole thing is that Trump did all that shit. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, Trump is rich.
Filthy
rich. Where it's the point to where he accepted all that if so everybody name dropped him all that. But that's why the point where I know for a fact he ain't necessarily. He playing the role. He ain't necessarily don't get it twisted.
Right.
I ain't saying that he loved black people, but he definitely was like, well, I throw him on the bus if that means I can be president.
Well, the thing is, if we're being honest, running for president is in a big way a popularity contest. Mm-hmm. So what happens when an already popular celebrity runs? Well, I think we found out. I think we found out.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's different though. Like what if I don't
what
know.
If The Rock runs for president? 2020.
God,
I'm voting.
Yeah.
For Rock. I'm actually a huge Rock fan.
Yeah, he gonna be talking about.
I don't know his politics.
Dude,
I couldn't vote for Kanye.
Kanye might have a chance right now.
Kanye, see, the reason why I couldn't do it because I know at the bottom of his heart he can't accept the fact that
he's not God.
No, that Ray J fucked his wife, and other people fucked his wife. It's people that he knows.
People bring that shit up in the debates.
That fucked his wife, and I think that he just is. That's a big pill to swallow, bro. And not even in a fucked up way. Like, I'm on some hoe shit. I'm a hoe. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a slut. Really.
That's the title of the episode.
Kanye
Sativa.
has some real
I'm a
things
hoe.
going for him. Here's what Kanye's got going for him.
Massive popularity.
He's extremely famous.
Mm-hmm.
He's black.
Okay.
So he's got a big part of the black vote.
Okay. No, not really. He gonna lose. He lost a lot of black votes.
Oh,
he lost by supporting Trump. Yeah.
He lost a lot like that.
Yeah.
But two, I feel like he'd still get a good.
He's still got a
portion.
good chunk.
He's
got a chunk.
More than Trump would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Fat.
Okay.
Yeah. True. 100%. 100%.
Now, second, he just became Christian and started a whole church thing. So all of a sudden he's got all the Christians.
I can just see emanating off you the what the fuck that vibe.
I was gonna say,
That's what
Kanye might be the bridge. He might bridge the gap.
He don't, like I said, at the end of the day, he can't accept that his wife done fucked a lot of it's like that's a weakness in him. So in North Korea, you can be like, if you North Korea, you be like, hey Kanye, Ray J fucked. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't want our country.
Just get bombed straight up.
Yeah. Just because Ray J
he got all mad, all worked up, and start bombing countries and shit.
Nah, I can't
You're right.
have
Kanye
that.
can't be president.
No,
Kim
he's too
Jong-un
sensational.
knows Kim.
Yeah.
Kim Jong-un.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Kim Kardashian.
He would hang that all in front of him. He'd be like, hey, so-and-so fucked her too. You know, you can play it as temperament. Yeah, you can just play it as temperament too easy.
You freak out, release an album out of nowhere, and then bomb countries.
You can start a war on Instagram. You can just tag them on dudes who fuck Kim Kardashian.
Called the Kardashian War, World War III.
Start a war on Instagram.
Yeah, you can start a war on Instagram with Kanye. You can't have that shit. You can just tag them with people who fucked his wife. And
But the question still remains: do you think everybody would people vote him in anyway?
Fuck, I think people would still vote for him no matter what.
Who, Kanye?
Yeah.
People buy them goddamn high ass t-shirts, them damn shirts and them shoes. He the reason why people wear big shoes now. People wear these big oversized shoes because of Kanye. He's look. That's one thing. Look, I don't necessarily fuck with Kanye like.
Oh, we talked about this. I was like, this sounds familiar. You and I talked about him.
I don't fuck with him.
Yeah,
like that.
that's right. You don't fuck with him.
Like, nah.
But he's still kind of a genius.
He is a genius because he culturally, he is fashion wise, he has changed fashion. Not only has he's changed
A sect of fashion. A specific sect of fashion. Right? What? He hasn't changed all fashion. Just a certain genre.
The people who are the most popular are pop culture.
Yes, in pop. He's changed pop fashion.
That's what counts.
It does.
That's what moves.
Here's my Kanye.
Okay,
thing.
go,
Here's my
okay,
Kanye.
let me give you an idea.
All right.
Let me give you an idea.
You gotta listen. You got a whole theory on
I'm gonna get no. This is another thing too. I'm gonna give you an idea of what pop means and then what actual means. All right, so I'm gonna get a dude named Dapper Dan.
Okay.
You heard of Dapper Dan?
I have not. I
Heard
don't
the
think so.
name.
You heard the name Dapper Dan?
I go to a haircut place in San Diego called Dapper Dan's.
Yeah, okay, so Dapper
It's
Dan.
Dapper J's.
Oh, right, Dapper J's. But it's based on Dapper Dan.
Yeah, so Dapper Dan in the 80s, the early 90s, made counterfeit high fashion. Gucci, Louis Vuitton, all this, like he made it, but hip hop style. So all these high fashion like companies, blah blah blah, and he made it high fashion where he made all these high fashion companies, he made it hip hop. So it's a Louis Vuitton he got like Louis Vuitton, he'll make a bubble jacket, something like something that make like something where rappers could wear, made it pop, like made it where it looked good for rappers to wear. Fast forward now, Dapper Dan, who was arrested for being a counterfeiter.
Because he was, yeah.
Yeah. He was hired 2-3 years ago by Gucci
Of course he was.
to create all the shit that he fucking counterfeited.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
You know why?
But you know who's not Dapper Dan? Kanye West.
He's bigger than Dapper Dan.
Of course he's bigger. He's a household name.
He's bigger in fashion than Dapper Dan. Oversized sneakers is because of Kanye. Reason why rappers can come out and not be thugs, and they can be backpack rappers, they can be nerds, they can be fashionistas.
Yeah, it's all because of Kanye.
Yes.
Really?
Before Kanye, who was? Before Kanye, who was a significant rapper that wasn't a gangster? Name him.
All right, let me think for a minute.
Name a significant.
Who wasn't a gangster?
Significant rapper
All
that
right.
wasn't a gangster.
All right. Well, this is cheating a little bit.
You gonna say Nelly?
No, I was gonna say Eminem. Eminem was not a gangster.
Ain't a gangster, but still, the culture. He drank.
Yeah, he was part.
I'm gonna shit on you real quick, easy. This is how I'm gonna get you. This just happened today, so like around the last few days, this is gonna be easy. This is gonna be easy. Watch this.
Someone chat said Vanilla Ice.
No,
does not count.
No, it's easier than
A
that.
prolific rapper.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. Oh, look at it. All right, look. So today, 50 Cent got the.
Did you hear he was shot 9 times?
Yeah, he was shot.
That was That was the thing he kept saying for years.
He got the Hollywood Star today.
50 Cent did?
50 Cent did.
Today? Like,
Today.
He did?
Today.
Really?
Yeah. Look at it. That's the picture.
I used to be a big fan of 50 Cent in like high school.
Who the hoodest dressing motherfucker in there? Who look like that? Who got the hoodest?
He's pulling big
Who the hoodest dressing?
But is he actually? Or is he just dressed like that because it's the culture? Of his own? Yeah.
That's his culture. That's who he did. He broke. When you broke, this the broke culture though. It's not this is black, but like who's dressed the blackest?
Well, you know,
the guy left dressed all in black, so I don't know.
No, he dressed like
the podcast listeners, he's pointing out Eminem.
Yeah, to be clear.
To be clear, the 3 pictures is Dr. Dre, Eminem, and 50 Cent.
Dr. Dre's old. I didn't realize how old
he was
old. I
fuck.
didn't realize how old he was.
I got too much history on that. Dr. Dre, he produced one of his first hits. He was still in World Class Wrecking Crew, which he sampled. New is a group called New Age. He sampled, and then that was his first hit, which was called "Turn Off the Lights." That's his first hit he ever created, like of him being the main producer of it. And so that's whole like that. He been doing it 30 years.
Here's the thing is just. Here's the thing. Okay. Does Kanye have a lot of influence? Absolutely. Massive influence.
No, lot.
A lot. Massive.
A lot.
Yeah. He's massive influence. He's a massive star. He's a huge celebrity.
There's no Kendrick without Kanye.
I was a I was a fan of Kanye.
Okay.
For the first few albums.
Okay.
First few albums.
I wasn't.
Because that was like high school
What's the
age,
first
college album. That was when
College Dropout, Late Registration.
I didn't listen to by album. I listened by song, so I can't tell you album names.
That's first two.
But what was the big song? Oh, fuck, it's been 20 years. No, Jesus Walks was that was a great song, but there was the fuck, what's it called? The song and then part 2.
Oh, I don't know about Park.
You know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea.
What the fuck song was it? He came out with this song. It was like a huge hit, and then he came out with the next album. It came out with that song part 2.
Usher,
No,
The
I'm
Closet.
not. No. What? That's different. That's a whole completely different thing.
Or is
So,
that R. Kelly?
so
R.
I
Kelly.
listened to a lot of Kanye in high school.
Okay.
And then I kind of got out of it in college.
Okay.
I started listening to white people music because I went to school with a bunch of white people.
Okay.
And then I tried to listen to Kanye again later, and I was just not into it. I didn't get it. I was like, I'm
What
not a
album
fan.
did you try again but weren't into it?
I couldn't tell you. I
Was it
listened,
808s
I
and
listened to like
Heartbreak?
top songs. I couldn't tell you, to be honest. And then every time since then, when I've heard Kanye, people are like, you gotta listen to this Kanye song. I listen, and there's been some stuff I like.
Yeah.
But a lot of stuff I'm like, sure, he's good, but he's not, I don't think he's the genius everybody paints him to be.
No, he is.
That's what everybody says.
Look,
but I don't
wait,
see it.
I'm not a Kanye fan.
Let Brad finish. I want to hear the Kanye genius
I'm
theory,
not
'cause
a
I believe
Kanye
it.
fan. I'm not a Kanye fan.
Doesn't sound like that. Sounds like you're a big Kanye fan.
No,
No,
this actually.
you gotta
Nope.
listen. He's not a fan, but he still acknowledges the
I
talent.
appreciate talent, and that's the
Yeah.
difference. No. Okay, look.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Because I got to pee real quick. But don't listen.
Yeah. Okay, this is just gonna become an echo chamber when you leave, because we got a similar thought.
Also, I just spilled some water, so we got to
Oh my god.
I'll be right back. Don't move.
Oh god, I could blow this up right now. I don't think this would be too controversial. Okay, here's how I feel about Kanye. Okay. I think Kanye is controversial.
Yep.
I can't just agree with him on everything, but I can't deny that he's a genius.
Which he is.
Similarly, Trump, controversial. I can't agree with everything he says, but I can't deny. I don't know what the next thing I want to say is. He's been a success in his life, or something like that.
Half success, though.
He has something.
He has
He
charisma.
does. He's doing something right.
He just got charisma for trust fund babies. So it's like if you're a trust fund baby, he got charisma, but that's the whole thing is like when somebody give you $1 million ticket, like and tell you to make your business, which is ask his dad for, and asking for $1 million is like today asking for $5-6 million. You know what I'm saying? If you make that fail, which you've had plenty fails, and so it's like he is what he is. Like I don't deny that from him, but it's like.
Well, it's like.
I also don't praise him because it's like he ain't did nothing I couldn't do.
Yeah, but it's like too. Oh, okay. Well, so this is like one thought I've thought about. Like,
Okay.
So I've never seen $1 million in my whole life. Oh, but that's not true. I went to Vegas recently with my mom and my brother.
Yeah.
And they've got this casino called Binion's. It's in
Yeah.
I forget that one part of the strip that's not popular anymore.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyway, we went there
Downtown.
and they have literally $1 million sitting on a table and you get your picture taken with it.
Yeah.
And it was a whole thing how they convinced us to do this. It was free, but we did it. So we have our picture taken with $1 million. So I've seen $1 million. But I personally have never gotten to have $1 million.
Yeah.
But
You should try it.
from hearing, that's not my point. My point is to say that to take $1 million and turn it into $1 billion,
It's a big venture.
I think that's my point. Is only to say I think that's something that not all of us can do. You know what I mean? Like
But
to us,
you
it's
gotta-
like you get $1 million loan. That sounds insane. Like you got everything. But to millionaires, $1 million isn't a lot of money.
But no, $1 million. But $1 million is like $5-6 million now. That's number one. Number two, you got a name. That name
Yeah.
is everything.
Are we talking about
Didn't
Trump?
we make that name?
No. Okay. Look. Okay. Let me get an idea.
Yeah.
All right. Taylor Swift.
Mm-hmm.
Swift already is a thing. Swift is a fucking trailer company. When you see Swift on all these tractor trailers,
That's the same?
that's Taylor Swift daddy.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that. There's only a
That
little
is
bit in
true.
here. Somebody want to
That
kill
is
that.
true. That's what I'm saying. So the name
that's
Swift
crazy.
was already a thing.
Last bit.
Bang. Swift was already a thing. But Taylor took Swift from being Swift Transportation to being Taylor motherfucking Swift. She even elevated her own daddy's name, where she was already rich. It was worth 75, 80 million when she was 14, 15, 13 years old. It was already rich.
Sounds nice.
But she elevated the name of that was already put there. There already was money. They moved from Philadelphia or some shit like that. And they moved here just for her to be a country music star.
So
I'm just saying,
you're
like,
saying Kanye is a genius.
No, I'm just saying Kanye was broke though. Like the West, the West.
I'm not saying Kanye's not impressive. I'm not saying he's really good.
No,
I'm not saying he's great.
That. He's better than that.
It's
He's
hard.
better than
Genius is strong.
No, okay, look. Okay, number one, he changed rap genre. Okay,
that is true. 100% true. I agree.
So no rappers before him, for real, was popular that wasn't gangster. Name a popular rapper.
I agree. I agree.
100%.
100%.
Okay, so he changed that.
Yeah.
He changed that. So then he signed a deal. So that's number one. So as a rapper, he's already up there. Production wise, he's the number one in production too. Around that time slate.
Yeah, sure, but that's still subjective.
Which
still is.
I mean, sales, but what I think
sales does
really
not mean
impressive,
genius.
What's impressive to me, and I'm a producer, so biased, but it's impressive to me. Like, there's a lot of artists where you're like, people give them a lot of praise, but you're like, but yeah, what did you really do? Did you write a song?
I'm not saying he didn't do a lot.
I'm saying somebody who can produce and make something that's like really good. I'm like, okay, this is a different level.
Here's what I'll do, because you know I like to do this.
Okay.
You know me. Here's what I'll do, because I did this recently with Eminem, because I've been a big Eminem fan for a long time.
Okay.
I've been a big 50 Cent fan when I was younger, not recently.
Oh, are you gonna?
I was a big Jay-Z fan.
Offer.
Okay, what I'll do. This is what I'll do, because I've never given Kanye this kind of chance that I've given some other artists.
All right, cool.
Which is, I will start from album 1.
Yeah.
First song he ever came out with.
Okay.
And I'll listen through at work, because I do this while I do computer stuff.
Okay, cool.
And I'll listen through
newest, Jesus is
everything from beginning to end, give it a fair shot. Because the thing is,
late registration
here's also
to
the thing is,
Jesus
I
is
kind of
King.
think, because Kanye is also an asshole.
He's but when you break it down,
And that hurts me, because like, if I know an artist is a dick, I can't get into it, because
he's better than Eminem though.
maybe
Yes.
I will say
Artistry.
he's probably maybe he is.
Artistry. Eminem's a good rapper.
yeah.
Now I haven't given him a chance. Eminem is a great rapper.
I know what I'm saying. He's a great rapper, great with lyrics, great with all that. But on song making, production, actual skill like of doing music, he's laps around Eminem.
Okay, maybe I'm saying
easy.
Look,
Easy.
You might be right.
Easy.
But
No, not
now
even
I'm
down.
just gonna say I have not given Kanye a chance in the last
He's ain't my favorite though.
I don't
fuck with Kanye
like
that.
8 years or so. I really haven't given him a chance.
No, for real, I don't. I don't really fuck with him.
And I put you in a position where you have to defend Kanye. But so what I'll do, I'll start from the beginning. I'll listen to everything Kanye has ever done and try to do my best to be unbiased. Because the thing is, everything I see of him outside of his music, I don't like the guy. But that doesn't mean
The
everything.
problem with the political penis is
But
This is what I'm telling you. This is what I'm telling you. This is how you start. You click Kanye, then you click production.
everything he's produced.
Everything he's produced.
Okay.
You have to.
All right, I will. I'll do it. I'll do it.
No, listen. Because that comes the point of what I just said.
Okay.
That draws full circle of why I said Kanye is more important than the rest of them. He'll produce, not even own them. He'll produce more hits than anybody you like.
But is a
coming
hit
back to where we started earlier in the night.
other
hold on. We're not back to go back to
other people.
This
Because
is,
I wanna say-
this is just a commentary on our current conversation.
Yeah.
This is like the personality difference because you're a devil's advocate person.
I am.
You like pushing people on things.
I do.
To like see what comes out.
It's true.
Yes.
It's true.
Yeah,
It's true. It's kind of my
and,
thing.
And you stand up for yourself. And meanwhile, what's funny is I already had the same conversation with Brad the first time I ever met him. The first time he came to the studio, he was here. He was meeting up with George, and they were. I don't know what you all doing. You were doing something, and so
Which, if you haven't listened to the episode with Pretty Boy Beats on,
Pretty Boy Beats, and
make sure to check it out.
What was Chris's name?
PM.
PM. That's right. Past midnight. PM.
Okay.
Okay. So anyway, their episodes. It's really entertaining. But
It's a great episode. I really enjoyed that one.
But so I was just talking to Brad and hanging out because George was coming back from Red Door or something, and so he wasn't here yet. So we were just talking, and he told me about here's where Kanye is a genius. And you had a whole thing, and you told me about the areas that he revolutionized different segments, and I pretty much agree with that. And then you also said why you like him, why you don't like him, and I got the whole. And here's my point: I got Brad's whole take on this,
Okay.
because I'm not initially confrontational, so I just listened, and I'm like, especially when I meet a new person, I'm gonna zero confront you about anything, any new person.
I'm not gonna do that.
Any new person.
I'm glad you don't.
And
Both
it's
of you, I
fun.
like both though.
Yeah, no, that's right, because it would be boring if you didn't do what you do. I'm just saying, I'm just for fun.
Yes.
The first time I meet him, you don't know shit about my politics. You don't know anything about my genre. You don't know what I think about anyone or anything.
Yeah.
Because the first in general, this is not just you, but anybody I meet the first time, I kind of just listen to what their thing is, and I sort of just fit into that.
Which there's value to that, for sure.
And then over time, I start bringing my own thing into it, depending on the person. And some
for sure.
people, based on how they are, I'm like, okay, you can handle about 10% of me. So you're going to get about 10%.
Yeah.
Because the 10% is where we can agree and be friends,
Yeah,
and that's great.
for sure.
So we're going to be 10% friends. And then some people, I'm like, they could take 80%. You know what I mean? This is not
Absolutely.
conscious, it's just how I act.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
That's me too. For the most part.
You know, and so all that to say, I got his whole theory on Kanye, and you haven't even gotten past
You're right.
because you wanted to fight it with fucking Eminem.
I do like to fight, and also I've always been a big fan of Eminem for a long time.
You can't fight Eminem. The reason why you can't fight with Eminem because it's like
I'm not saying they're the same. They're not
No,
the same.
it's not
They're
the
different,
same.
completely different
No,
things.
it's fine though.
But
It's
you were just
not-
talking about rappers who weren't strictly gangsters, and that's why I brought up Eminem.
Yeah, but see, the whole thing is that Eminem shows you everything. The reason why he ain't a gangster, his girlfriend got fucked by gangsters. His friends was gangsters. Everybody he was hanging with. So he
True.
even
It was the
being
influence. It was the
even being
influence.
adjacent, even being
Gangster adjacent.
adjacent, yes. Yes. I
You're right.
coined
You're right.
terminology. As being adjacent, he still took ownership of that, and he still was around that. But at the end of the day, Kanye has so much more talent than Eminem has.
He might.
No, it's proven.
Look.
No, it's proven. Like,
But isn't that subjective? Isn't it subjective?
Not subjective.
Not
because,
subjective.
Let me tell you why it's not subjective.
Okay,
because Eminem is white. And No, you been loud, you been extra, and that's all that is.
I've never been called extra before.
You been loud, you been extra. Eminem is white. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not knocking him for being white,
right.
but he's a rapper
Yes.
that is white, and he's also very, very good.
Yeah, he's great.
He's great.
He's great.
Great.
As far as just
So-
strictly rapping talent, I
But
think
no,
he's
he
amazing.
also is like marketable. He's attractive.
Is he though? He's an ugly motherfucker. I don't know what you're attractive.
Well,
Eminem, he's an ugly motherfucker.
you're
He
not
can
gay.
Like
Sure, maybe I can't judge well.
I
I'm
ain't
not a
saying
girl.
like
All right.
that. It's about him being compared
marketable.
to marketable compared to who he's against.
Okay.
It's
That's
like-
true. That's true. That's true.
So it's like, okay, if you promoting rapper dick and you promoting to white girls and you promote Old Dirty Bastard and you promote motherfucking Eminem, which one you think you want to fuck
Okay,
first?
obviously, Eminem, right?
DMX and you promote she might want the black dick for one night,
Now-
but she can see herself shacking up. Like
Sure.
DMX
Sure,
are guilty pleasure, but she can see herself being with Eminem because
Sure.
he's more emotionally
Now,
attached.
DMX is a hard argument.
He is. I know DMX ain't going though. What you tell you what? See, this is why people folk Eminem showed vulnerability in rap, and that's what Eminem.
Yeah, it was very transparent. That was his big. That was a big thing.
vulnerability.
Yeah.
Vulnerability.
But that's what I liked about Kanye too. Early on, so I really liked Kanye on Let Registration.
Yeah.
No, sorry, College Dropout. College Dropout. I
Both
think.
of them classics.
So
either
I
way.
was 17, and at that age, my kind of problem with a lot of hip hop music was just simply like most everybody was out talking about like they're just bragging about how great they were and all the money they had and all that shit.
Which is a little tired.
Which
now.
at
It
that
is.
age,
Way tired.
Kanye retired that.
Okay.
I couldn't relate to that.
Now,
I didn't
here's
have
the
all that
truth is-
stuff, and also I felt like it was arrogant. But what Kanye did, what I loved on his album, it was like I had a friend who was super into hip hop, and he was always trying to get me into it, and I just wasn't into most of it. But what Kanye did that was different was, I mean, he had like his song "Family Business." Is that what it's called? It was like. All that glitters is not gold. Blah, 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 blah. And he's just talking about he was talking about his family. I can't remember all the lines from it right now, but he was talking about his family and his cousins that saw him pee in the bed, and it was just really real. And then he talked about what's that line in I think it was in When It All Falls Down.
Yeah.
That song, he talks about like we all insecure, I'm just the first to admit it, was one of the lines from that.
Okay.
Where I'm just like, whoa, he's being, I don't know, I just connected with lyrics because he was being real. He wasn't just
That's
talking
great.
about like, I'm with a Bentley.
Yes. And that there is massive value to that. I
What you
will
gonna
say,
say
I will
about
just,
that?
here, all I was going to say is, I will freely admit,
Okay.
over the last 8 years or so.
Nope. More
No.
than that. 15.
No,
Okay,
no, no.
keep going.
I was going to say, no, because I liked Kanye originally.
15. Let's keep going.
Not 15, because I listened to Kanye up to like 2000.
Kanye started,
15.
started in 2005.
No, hold on.
Keep going.
I will just, here's what I was saying.
Yes.
I liked Kanye originally, and then I got out of that world.
Okay.
And then I listened to it for a long time, and I tried to come back.
Okay.
Now, I do have, I will admit, this is a stigma within myself.
Okay.
A stigma of if I think an artist is a dick, I don't give him a fair shake. This is true.
It's true.
And I will admit that
Here's
with
the thing.
specifically John Mayer, in that John Mayer had a few interviews where he's a dick. I know now I've heard he's like
John
not
Mayer
that
is
way.
one of the most
Hold on.
talented artists in the
No.
world, and he can't get behind him because he was a dick.
I will go further than that. And I will say I think John Mayer is in top 5 guitar players of all time. John Mayer is an amazing artist. He's super creative and he's ridiculous. But for a long time I didn't give him a fair shake.
Because he was a dick.
Because he was a dick. But I will admit freely, he is one of the best artists that have ever been. Like, John Mayer is amazing, but it's still hard for me to get behind him after thinking he was a dick for so long. And I think the same thing with Kanye's. Kanye says some fucking crazy shit.
They ain't got nothing to do with it.
But it does for me. It does for me. It's a personal thing.
That's
It's
a personal thing. Personally, you can have whatever you want.
And so what I'm saying is I'm willing to try to let that go and unbiasedly give Kanye a shot from beginning to end. I will listen to everything he's done.
And he's gonna be better.
And if he blows my mind, I'll be honest.
He's better than Eminem.
One of the things you're not going to get from
Top to
watching
top.
him from beginning to end, one of the things you won't get is that Kanye is typically on the cutting edge.
He is.
Like, that's one of the things that's great
That's
about
true,
him.
too. He's
is
a-
every
he's
one
a
of
good, too.
every one of his albums, like the new production effects and things he does, it's like
He a year or two before everybody else.
exactly.
That's true too.
Everybody's copying him on production.
Yeah.
I'm not even disagreeing with that. I'm not disagreeing with that.
Look up. Okay, no, here you go. The name.
Okay.
Mike Dean.
Okay, Mike Dean.
You look at Mike Dean. Mike Dean is one of the grandfathers of Southern rap music, which he helped create the Houston sound. Who is Kanye #1 engineer? Like, who sit behind the boards is fucking Mike Dean.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. He has not like Kanye. He's got different ear. He fuck with the people he fuck with are different. It's sorry.
It's true. Okay, fine.
I'm just saying. Yeah, we'll talk about it. Let me-
Look, I'm just.
So to kind of continue that thing, though, I just want to say, like, you won't
we
get.
gotta wrap this up soon. It's past
if
10
you-
o'clock.
Yeah. You won't get from listening to Kanye from beginning to end, you won't understand in context. It's like going back and I used to hear things about the Beatles. Like, people would say, you read interviews about like people that I look up to, but they were kids when the Beatles were out. They'll say things like the Beatles came on the radio and that's what changed my life because it was like a sound I'd never heard before. But meanwhile, to our
You've heard
ear,
that sound a million times.
you listen
for
to the Beatles,
Yeah,
exactly.
Sure.
You listen to the Beatles and you're like, that's.
But
I
I'll
don't
tell
see
you,
how that was
when
new.
I got into the Beatles, I didn't come from that side of it. I didn't come from that spectrum. I just started listening to the Beatles I just started listening to the Beatles as their own thing because I didn't give a fuck at that time about those kind of things. And that by itself, I still thought the Beatles were great in and of by their own right, just for the music standing alone by itself.
And that's a really great. I love that perspective. All I'm trying to say is that there's going to be some things about if you listen to Kanye, he's always on the cutting edge, and
Sure.
you won't necessarily get that now because if you listen to 808s and Heartbreak. By the way, I'm not the biggest Kanye apologist in the world. You do, by the way. I don't know if you know this, but the devil's advocate.
I know that.
Pulls out what people believe and makes it stronger.
I know that.
As long as you know.
I can recognize the bias of that and know that full well sometimes that is the case. But let me ask you a question. I have a question for you in a completely different genre.
Listen to 808s and Heartbreaks.
I'm going to listen to all of it.
It changed rap.
I will literally listen to all of it. I will literally listen to all of it. I'm going to get fair share. So let me ask you in completely different genre, and I'm asking this kind of biasly because I know where Ryan stands a little bit on this.
All right, come on. Okay.
Could you say those same kind of things about a band like Led Zeppelin?
Nope.
Why not?
Led Zeppelin don't sell one of the top shoes.
Okay, but I'm talking music. Music.
No, it's everything. You can't condemn. That's the point. That's the point of this whole conversation.
No, but I'm talking about music.
No, you can't. That's not Kanye. This conversation didn't just start with music. It ended with like we talked about.
That's what I think matters. If he's a musician.
I guarantee this. This.
But those shoes are gross, though.
You call them gross. Look, you call them gross. But I don't wear them. That's not my style because I feel like I'll tear an ankle.
So you're saying you think they're gross too?
No, they're not. They're just what they
You
are.
don't like them. You just said you don't like them.
That's not my style. They're not my style. But this number two though. Now listen.
But do you like them?
You talking? You ain't listening.
Okay. I'm listening.
I know. He sold number one shoes with Nike and Adidas.
So Nike and Adidas sold number one shoes. Other.
No. With Kanye name attached to him. The Red October.
But that's easy pickings.
How's it?
Because you can take any
Name any other artist that got two successful shoe deals.
Okay.
With two of the biggest companies.
How about not just any other, but celebrity? Because I can say Michael Jordan. No. Michael Jordan don't count.
Why?
Because he's too big?
No.
He's too famous?
No. Because number one, Michael Jordan is the reason Nike exists right now.
Oh, that's 100% true.
I know that. I know that's a fact. That's a fact.
So Michael Jordan sold more shoes than Kanye West.
But how long has he been selling shoes?
A long time. He's old.
How long has he been selling shoes? 30, 40 years? Not 30 years for sure.
40 years of pushing it, but 30, I'll give you 30. 30
I know it's 30 for sure because he got drafted in 1983. He had shoes for his rookie year, and you talking that
early? It was 83. Holy shit!
85.
That's real early.
Yeah. So you talking about 85, like when he really came and played, and they paid fines. Nike paid. It's a documentary about it. Nike paid fines so he could wear his own shoes because shoes had to be white back then.
Really? I didn't know. That's crazy.
Had to be predominantly white. The shoes that had to be white, and so his was black and red, which was team colors, and Nike paid the fine just so he could play in them. And then that's what changed shoes forever.
Okay, but here's what I'm saying.
What genius thought of that marketing?
Now here's what hold on. Here's what I'm saying. If you're talking from a music perspective,
no other athletes sell more shoes than him. So other than an athlete, nobody sells more shoes.
Okay, fine. But from a music perspective, we're talking just about Kanye's music.
Okay.
Do you still hold the same? Hold the same?
Yes.
You still hold the same. And that's why I'm saying
production.
I'm gonna try to do my best. Sure. Okay, production.
Because of production, even if you don't even fuck with him as a rapper.
But that's what I'm saying. I want to see how he can do as his as him.
His production alone, though, that's what I'm saying. That's the part of your whole argument is flawed because you tried this is. I don't even fuck with Kanye, so this disappoint me.
I know I'm pushing you in the corner. I know I'm putting you in the corner.
Pushing me because you sound like not being funny. It's like you missing so much. It's like so it sounds dumb to me. It's like once you take out so you talk about him as a music artist. So
you're talking him as a magnet.
No, he's a thing. He's more than that. He's a culture. Okay, so if you're a culture out here, if you change culture of rap music because you change it from being gangster to backpack rap, so most of the rappers that you like is gonna fall up under, for the last 10 years, is gonna fall up under Kanye's sons. They're all Kanye's sons. And everybody you like.
I'm not even disagreeing with that. I'm not even
everybody
disagreeing.
So musically, if everybody you like is Kanye's sons.
But you know what this is like? This is like, I've had this conversation with someone before about how the Beatles, I've had people that are like, nah, the Beatles, fuck them. I like Kings of Leon. And you're like, you motherfucker! Like, Kings of Leon couldn't exist without the Beatles.
Exactly.
That's just the same thing.
Exactly.
Yes.
So the whole thing, no.
But modern rap.
No.
I'm not a huge fan.
It ain't about you being a fan, though.
You're right. It's about if it's about
ain't about you being a fan.
But I'm talking about my personally what I think.
So who go to Bonnaroo ain't you? Ain't a bunch of 30-some-year-old. I know. Ain't a bunch of 30-some-year-old white dudes married.
Hey, I'm part Mexican. All right.
No, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. It ain't them. You reflect as white. You a passable white.
Passable white.
You are.
That's
God
the title
damn
of
it!
the episode.
You just named the episode.
Passable white.
You passable white. Passable white. You like every Jewish dude out here. You know what I'm saying?
I know I got Seth Rogen vibes. All right.
Yeah. You got. You know what I'm saying? You passable
This is
white.
the Instagram preview. This is the name of the episode. Passable white.
You are. So no, you are.
You're right.
Like
I'm white as fuck. I get it.
I know.
get it.
I'm just saying nobody would know unless you like.
I know. You look at my sisters though; they're fucking chola.
That's fine. That's fine.
But you're
I'm
right.
saying you're a passable white.
I am passable white.
You're a passable white. So.
He looks like a
white.
Jewish accountant, doesn't he?
He do. I'm saying look Jewish more than anything else, and that's what I said. And that's why I said, like I said.
You're right.
So that's what I'm saying. You passable white. So you got Kanye. So a person like Kanye, who's musically excelled in production.
Okay.
He musically excelled at writing.
Okay, now I want to talk specifically about his music.
No. Then he musically excelled with his own music, crossing genres. He has crossed over 5 or 6 genres since he started music.
But you gotta though.
That's true, but he started that. But then
He started genre crossing. That's not true.
No, not started genre crossing, but he came the one that made it like where rappers go in and be like, "Oh fuck, I like rap, I like rock music too, and it's fine." It is fine, but I'm saying,
a lot of people tried to mix rap and rock before that.
It was, but he's the one. He was the tweener.
Okay.
He's a tweener.
But a lot came before him that did that before too. A lot of people try to mix rap and rock.
They made look.
Look at Run DMC. Aerosmith must have been an influence on that.
Run DMC sold more albums than Kanye.
Of course not.
Exactly.
Of course not. But just
so,
so is money.
I ain't saying money. But okay. So the whole thing, your argument is flawed because so you taking out his production.
No, I'm just trying to. I'm trying to narrow it down. You're going so broad. I'm trying to narrow it down.
I'm listening. You can't. That's what I'm saying. You can't. That's where you lose. You can't narrow it down. So you take it out.
Why not?
Because so production wise, in the last 20 years, Kanye has been one of the most influential production wise.
Okay.
Production.
Okay. I'm taking your word for it because I don't know enough. I'm just taking your word for it. 100%. I'll say okay.
This Jay-Z, he produced a lot of hits for Jay-Z.
Yeah, I was a big fan for a while.
He produced a lot of hits for Jay-Z.
Okay.
So not even take other artists. Jay-Z. So Kanye on production wise is a star. Mm-hmm. Production, not even touching a microphone. Then when he's an artist, as a fucking rapper,
which is mainly that's why I'm talking about mainly.
He's a star.
Rapper.
He's a star.
He's massive.
Sell out $200 t-shirts. Merch. Not even talking about his fashion.
Right.
Merch.
Sure. Okay. Merch. Which now that's a whole nother topic. I think is ridiculous, but that's a different thing.
It is.
I'm talking him as an artist.
So he one of the top producers in the game. He one of the top artists, and then cultural influential.
He's I will admit, I will freely admit he is a massive cultural influence.
So after
I've never said he's not.
So after 3 of those, anything else you say is gonna be disqualified.
But I'm talking specifically.
They his sons. Anybody else you name after Kanye, they his son.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing at all with that. All I'm saying is him as an artist, his songs that he's released.
Okay.
There's been a lot that I've heard kind of over time because I got out of it. I can't say I've listened to whole albums a lot.
Fine.
I will say a lot that I've been like, a lot of people are like, oh my God, best song ever, that I've listened to and been like, it's fine.
Yo, did you listen to...
There's nothing wrong with that.
Do you know the song Black Skinhead?
I've heard that song. Yeah, I heard that shit.
Okay, have you heard Billie Eilish's song off her last album? What's the song? What do you want from me?
Her big one, the big hit. Yeah,
no. The biggest hit was The Bad Guy, but that was the one that got the Grammys and shit. But you know her song, it pops up, what do you want from me? What do you da 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 da?
I know her, but I don't know her.
Yeah. Okay, so that song was like huge. Just for everybody out there, go listen to Billie Eilish's song. I think it's Where Do We All Go When We Sleep. Listen to that song. And then go back in time 7 years or 6 years before that and listen to Black Skinheads, and it's the same song. So many of the elements are so similar.
I'm not saying he's not a big influence. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying he's not a big cultural icon, because he is.
Mm-hmm.
So you said nothing.
What are you saying?
All I'm saying.
This is the same. I have these kind of arguments with them every Friday.
Tell me what you say.
I'm gonna tell you. All I'm saying is from a strictly his songs that he's released. I think he's overhyped.
Hyped?
I think he's given more credit than his songs deserve. Now, I'm not saying he's not good. I
gotta ask you this then. Out of the last 5 years, who are you a fan of?
Here's the thing. Anyone I say, you're gonna be like, "That's a child of Kanye," and you're probably right.
Who are you friends? Who are you friends
ask all that.
You're talking specifically in hip hop rap genre.
Rap genre. Last 5 years, who are you a fan of?
Childish Gambino.
I love Childish Gambino.
Kanye's son. Kanye's son.
Yeah. Okay, sure. I told you were going to say that. I told you.
It's true.
And I'm not disagreeing.
Just because you said that's what he's going to say doesn't mean that him saying is wrong. Who else?
I'm not disagreeing.
Kanye's son.
I'm not saying.
By the way, hold on. I have a great fact. I thought about bringing this up on the podcast, but I didn't know how it'd fit in. I was listening to a podcast yesterday it's all about pop music and just like people listen to it and giving their opinion, whatever. But anyway, they used a rap name generator, and they used one of specifically the Wu-Tang Clan name generator. And
which Wu-Tang had great.
And
right, no one can say otherwise.
And turns out that Childish Gambino, his name came from that. So if you go to the Wu-Tang Clan rap name generator and you type in Donald Glover, it comes out Childish Gambino, and he used it. And so I did mine. I did mine yesterday. I think I did yours too. Hold up. I think I did all of us. I did mine, and mine was Quiet Contender. And here's what's really funny. Yours is really similar. Okay. So it says, Ryan Poole, from this day forward, you will also be known as Quiet Contender. Yours, Jared Bird, from this day forward, you will also be known as Excessive Contender, which you called him extra earlier, so it goes along really well.
That's fine, I'll take it.
And then I did yours too. Brad Sativa, from this day forward, you will be known as Zexy Contender.
Wow, a lot of contenders in there.
Which I had to look up what the fuck Zexy was, but apparently it's a high-class way of saying sexy. Just Sexy Contender, Quiet Contender, Excessive Contender. And here's what's really weird. All of us got contenders the last part. That's not everybody. Some people get Gambino. And other shit.
All I'm saying. All.
One of his sons, the next
one. 100%.
Come on.
Y'all, you have to fight about this. Can we not all come together on being contenders? We're all contenders here.
Yeah, I want to focus. Kanye's son won.
I'm not disagreeing that he's a massive influence. I've never said he's not. He is.
Okay, let me get an idea. Okay, you know how like Kobe died, you know what I'm saying, this weekend. Okay. And there was a shit ton of like NBA players like, I can't play this weekend. Like, Kobe is my biggest influence.
Of course he is.
I'm doing my thing. Kyrie Irving. Names are people that are names outside of Kobe.
But hold on. If you compare Kobe to Michael Jordan.
Kobe.
If you were to
Kobe,
compare, would you say Kobe is a son of Michael Jordan?
He is a son of Michael
Right,
Jordan.
he is 100%.
But for age range, Kobe is Michael Jordan for everybody. For age range,
you're right. You're right. Kobe is modern day Michael Jordan.
So you talk same way. So you look.
But that's not what I'm saying.
No, you look at Michael. So you look at Michael Jordan. You look at Jay-Z like that.
Okay, but let me put it this way. Let me see if I can rephrase it in a way that will make a different sense. Okay. If you look at best musicians, okay, just musicians overall, okay, in my mind, pop mainly. I mean, we can go any genre, but I'm talking pop. The best pop star, the biggest pop star of all time is Michael Jackson, right? He's king of pop. He's the biggest. He's massive. Now, I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan. I love Michael Jackson stuff is amazing. I love Michael Jackson to the point I won't watch any documentaries about him because I don't want to be tainted.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say.
Okay.
I just want to say real quick, at a certain point in his career, passable white.
Okay.
You gotta take passable white into a thing.
Okay.
Please use that.
But okay, now Michael Jackson, if you just listen to his music, stand alone, without any other information, you listen to Michael Jackson music, and if you're not blown away, you're a bad person, because Michael Jackson's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he also had producers,
He had a lot of shit.
songwriters.
He had all sorts of shit. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Okay. But if you just listen to the music by itself,
It's amazing.
it's amazing. I love Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel, for at least me personally,
Okay.
the stuff I've heard from Kanye over the last 8 years ish, ever since I got out of it, I've just listened to it and been like, I don't get why everyone calls him a genius. Oh, based on his music that he's released exclusively. I'm not saying he is a culture icon. He's massive. He has spawned so much other things. But when I listen to his song specifically, I go, eh. And that's how I feel about it. And then I look at his interviews and crazy shit he's said, and I'm like, dude's fucking psycho. He's a dick.
is this when you got out of him?
No, I know Hart was, obviously. This is like the tail end of me being into Kanye. But, and so I look at his music by himself. If I can look at just his music.
That's when I started tapping into Kanye.
Really, that was like my tail end.
Yeah.
Okay, we're in copyright
You know the
strike.
song?
But
Sure we are, but you know the song?
yeah, I do know the song. This is not one. I don't think that was one of the better. It was a big hit, but I don't think it was one of the better Kanye songs.
It's a great song.
It's fine. But
Lights, flash of
there's a lot of good.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not saying he doesn't have a good song because I was into Kanye for a while when I thought that stuff was great. It's when I had to get back into it that I was like, a lot of the songs he came out with, I was like, people are saying he's a genius based off these songs, and I don't think that matches. I don't think musically his personal songs that he releases are as good as people try to put him out to be.
He's better. See, but the whole thing is that the only people that you can say that's better is going to be less than 10% of people who do rap music.
Maybe, and that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna go back to the beginning and give him a completely just based on his music alone.
But you can't base him off of that because
Why
he's
not?
he's more than that.
But everybody is more than their music.
No, everybody
is
ain't.
more than their
Everybody
music.
ain't. Everybody ain't. Nope. You a lie. You a goddamn lie.
Every bit-
Eminem ain't
okay.
nothing. Eminem ain't nothing more than his music. Outside his music, Eminem is not interested. His
Yeah,
story
you're
is
right.
nothing.
You're right.
He's
You're right.
nothing. You
You're
don't
right.
care about him.
I do.
You don't
I
care.
only care about Eminem for his music.
You don't.
But there are a lot of artists who are more than their music.
Who? Name them.
Who?
Tell me. You said it.
Who do you want? What genre do you, or what do you want?
Tell
Modern?
me.
Modern?
You tell me. I didn't ask all that. You tell me who better
fine.
than that music.
If I'm talking about, okay, because I go back to
Name
older
names,
shit.
I
I go back to older shit.
come
and
on,
and
it's
like I
fine.
mentioned earlier, I would say like Led Zeppelin. They're more than their music. They're such a massive the
How?
music they
How? Why? Why?
Because
Why do you say that?
Because what they did at the time.
Nope, that don't count because
Why?
Kanye did the same thing. So that disqualifies.
I'm not saying he didn't.
No, so
I didn't say he
no,
didn't.
no. So thus, what you just said disqualifies everything that you just said. You said Led Zeppelin because of their time. So
No, outside of their time. You're right. You're right.
That's disqualified.
So let's say
what else?
let's say outside of their time.
What else?
If you listen to Led Zeppelin music now, not considering the time, it's amazing. It's fantastic music.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
You just saying Led Zeppelin's okay?
It's okay. It's better stuff before him and after.
guitar wise, song wise,
Okay, but you can say,
wise,
I feel
songwriting.
okay.
Songwriting is better songwriting than them. It's better instrumentals.
So you're saying you don't think there's any better rappers since Kanye?
I ain't saying that.
Okay, that's what sounds like what you just said.
No. You said when you break it down to specific things,
Yeah.
it's specific things that people are better than Led Zeppelin.
There are, for
but
sure.
when you put them together, as a package.
But I don't put them together as a pack. I put it as the music as their music standalone. Their music standalone is amazing to this day.
It's not
to
better
this day.
than everything else though.
But it is amazing standalone to this day.
It's not better than.
I'm not
It's
saying
better
it's
than the Beatles.
I'm not saying it's better. I'm saying
It's not better than the
I'm
Beatles?
saying it is in its own right amazing.
But it's not better than the Beatles.
You're right, but that's not what I'm saying.
But exact same.
Now I
exact
do.
reason.
Now hold on.
You see what I'm
now,
saying?
I would argue. Now to be fair, now this might be my bias, but I would argue I think Led Zeppelin is better than the Beatles.
No, because you know why? At the end of the day,
They were influenced by the Beatles.
they
for
didn't
sure.
stay their sons.
And they were but you can go back far. But thing is, who's Kanye a son of?
But no,
Who's Kanye a son of?
everybody?
That exactly.
Everybody. He's a son of Led Zeppelin. He's a son of
Yes.
the OJ.
So
he's a son of the Temptations.
So if
he's a son
everybody,
of rappers.
So if everybody is a son of someone else,
you get more knowledge. The whole thing
Yeah.
is that the longer you go into it, you get more knowledge. You get more
Yes.
info. You get
100%.
It's more technology.
I
that
agree.
advance.
100%. I agree with
You
you.
remember when Kanye said, "Ain't no Yeezy in a Serato." When he said no. When he said that, Serato was out only a couple years.
But let me
now,
ask you.
10 years later,
So
what's
will
the
you
standard?
So will you admit that everybody is a son of someone else?
Yes.
Okay. So if everybody's a son of someone else, we can take that out of the equation. If we look at their music standalone without regarding influences,
We can't because you disqualified your
everybody
own
is a son of
argument.
somebody.
You disqualified your own argument with what you said. I asked you specifically, what did Led Zeppelin do? And you was like, well, their music. You know what I'm saying? Their songwriting.
No. Yes.
That's the same thing.
Hold on.
The same thing
That's
I
not
said
what
for Kanye.
That's not what I said.
What'd you say then?
What I
said
said,
then?
what their music, Led Zeppelin music standalone, if you disregard the time,
Okay.
you disregard their influences,
Okay.
you just look at their songs standalone by
Okay.
themselves regarding no other information,
Okay.
their songs are amazing. I think so, at least. That's subjective, right?
That is subjective. That is subjective.
And I would honestly say the same thing about a lot of Beatles stuff. A lot of Beatles stuff standalone by itself is amazing. I would say a lot of things about a lot of artists. And I can go back and listen to those songs and go, that's amazing. I don't feel I can do the same thing with Kanye stuff. At least what I've heard over the last, 8 years.
You just don't get it.
And maybe I don't. And that's why I've said I'm gonna give it another shot, a fresh start from beginning to end, and revise my opinion based on that.
I feel like out of the people I know who are like into that, like I know a lot of people are much more into Kanye than I am, and can make a much better argument.
Look, I'm going to go down a Kanye rabbit trail over the next couple of weeks and try to give it the fairest shake I can. Mm-hmm. And if I find that it's amazing, I'll freely admit
it's like,
that I'm wrong. I'm just saying what I've heard thus far.
I said this to Brad when you walked out of the room. I feel similarly about... Sometimes I feel... Not always, but sometimes I feel similarly about Trump and Kanye. Where I feel like... I'm like... They got a lot of haters. They say a lot of shit that kind of condemns them a little bit. Where it's like, God, shut your fucking mouth. But at the same time, they did something. Like somehow, like it's like not every motherfucker's becoming president.
No, I'm not saying Kanye didn't do anything.
Like there's a lot of people,
because he obviously did. He's a massive icon.
There's a lot of people
Massive
who have
influence.
$1 million but don't become president. Like there's millionaires that are a dime a dozen.
Yeah,
I'm not
well, he's a
one.
billionaire, but it's
Right,
less than a dozen.
But if you start at $1 million, most people don't then become president. Like you did something. My only point is some people try to put Trump down like you're nothing. But it's like, well, he did something right. You might hate everything he stands for.
People who say Trump never did anything are fooling. I'm not a Trump fan.
He did
by any means.
He did something. Maybe it's not even right, but you did like
he did something.
Man, you did something.
He made
to
a lot
become
of fucking
president.
money.
That's crazy. But and similar with Kanye, not the same thing at all. But the only comparison is that I feel like sometimes with Kanye, it's like, man, Kanye, you said a lot of things that make people want to hate you. You've done a lot of things that kind of. I see why people would disrespect him, but at the same time...
And that is part of my bias.
If you look at his body of work, it's groundbreaking like every time. And he's had ups and downs and things that were more prolific than others. But I don't know, like, just in my, like,
Okay.
I have no, like,
You're
love
right.
for the man necessarily. But as I've, like, seen the things that he's done over time, I have a lot of respect for his musicality. As somebody who works with artists and somebody who's, like, I'm a producer myself, I'm like, that guy, he's done something really special.
And that's why I've said from the very beginning, I am biased.
You're gonna be biased.
I said I am
you
biased.
don't like people who are arrogant.
I don't like people who have that kind of arrogance. And I am biased. And that's why, like, hey, if I listen through Kanye, all the Kanye stuff, in 2 weeks from now, I might come back and be like, I'm a huge Kanye fan now. That might happen. I don't know. Because I haven't given it that fair shake yet. I'm just saying I'm willing to go back and give it that fair shake. Because currently, what I think based on what I've heard, he's good, but I don't know that he's as groundbreaking as everyone says, but I'm willing to give it the chance.
So
Isn't that fair? Isn't it fair to say I'm willing to give it the chance?
I appreciate that you're willing to.
What's not fair about
Let me
that?
wrap this up with a Kanye story because I got a firsthand Kanye story, kinda ish. It's neutral ground. This last year at NAMM, y'all know what NAMM is?
Yeah.
The North American Music Merchants, whatever. It's the big
Yeah.
music show they do in LA and in Nashville.
Okay.
So I went to NAMM with one of my artists I produce. And I ran into this guy I know who, I've never met him. I'd never met him before this, but he produced he mastered an album for me.
Yeah.
And he's big time in the mastering world. He's
Yeah.
mastered big albums.
Yeah.
I was small potatoes for him.
Yeah.
Anyway, ran into him, saw his name tag, and I was like, oh, we talked on the phone. I know you. He's like, hey. He invites me to his studio grand opening party.
Yeah.
After NAMM show. So we went. Me and my artist friend. We went. And I'm like, hey, this guy's big time, be on your game. Like, there could be some big people here. And there was. And anyway, he shares his studio space with this other guy. And I have to be really vague because things could get out there. But also, this guy's a fucking dick. But anyway, he shares a studio space with another guy who does music production of some kind.
Yeah.
Vague. And we went over and met him and saw his space. It was a really nice space.
Yeah.
So anyway, he starts showing me all this music from the past. He's older. He's like in his 50s. He's showing me all this music, and he's like, whoa, you don't know the Doobie Brothers this song? How are you going to be a producer if you don't know this song? And show me all this stuff. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And it was kind of like,
100%.
you kind of feel put down, but you're also like, come on, man. But anyway, but also I'm like, I do respect the older generation and what they've done, and I think there's some great music from that era, and I'm always willing to learn. So he's showing me stuff. So at a certain point, we're done him schooling me. So I said, hey, can I show you something I worked on? He said, oh, sure. So I show him my buddy, the artist, who's right there with me.
Yeah.
He doesn't know that, but I start showing him the song. And I'm like, he's listening to it. And I'm like, that's that guy right there. I produced his album. I produced this album you're listening to now.
Yeah.
We just released it. He's listening to it, and he's like, wait a second. And he gets like really into it. He starts skipping around on title to all these different spots, and he goes to the next song, and he's like trying to devour it.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh shit. He's like, this is you? You guys did this? What? Hold on. What's another song I supposed to do? And he gets, all of a sudden, you can see his eyes light up like he's spotting talent.
Yeah.
He all of a sudden gets hype. And so he starts listening to all these songs. And so, anyway, all of a sudden, man, this guy starts making all sorts of promises to us. He's like, I can make you like, I want to remix this album. He's like, hey, these songs, these are hit songs if I've ever heard them. These are hit songs, but they're not mixed good. Now, by the way, we had a Nashville cat mix it, and this guy, I shouldn't name him either, but he's not like top of the top, but he's top of a certain genre.
Yeah.
To remain anonymous, but anyway, this guy, like, he knows what he's doing. But anyway, this guy we're meeting with in LA guy, he's like, no. This album is distorted. It's all messed up. The mix is bad.
Yeah.
You should let me remix it. If I remix it, it'll be great.
Yeah.
It's going to be a hit song. And so we're like, oh shit. And he's like, and all of a sudden, and it just keeps moving faster and faster. And all of a sudden, he's like, you know what? I'll remix this song for free just to show you what I can do. But the deal is like, if you love it and you use it, let me mix your next album. I'll do this one for free. And we're like, man, let him do it for free. Okay, that'd be great. Then all of a sudden he walks us across the hallway to the big guy I know. And he's all, hey, will you master this song for free? I'm gonna mix this for free for them. Will you master it for free? Now this guy I'm mastering, he's $250 a song to master. He's all, will you master for free? And he's like, oh sure, yeah, anything. Yeah, this is a great song. Yeah, blah blah blah. He's all with it, and we're like, what the hell is happening right now? And because this is, as an artist, that's what you want. You want to show up at the party, and all of a sudden you're being discovered by this guy.
Yeah.
And here's the Kanye part. This guy used to own the studio Kanye worked out of in Chicago, like Kanye, and he mixed the first like 2 or 3 Kanye albums.
Yeah.
And so you're like, this is what you want. The guy who worked with Kanye, who's big time. That guy, I hit the button.
Back button.
The guy who worked with Kanye, he's out here and he's like, you're a star. Just let me work on it. I'll do it for free. I'm going to show you, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, holy shit, are we being discovered right now? Is this the big moment?
Yeah.
Oh my God. And then he's like, gets in touch with us. He gives me his email. Hey, send me all the tracks when you get home. I'm going to remix this song for free. I'm like, oh my God, what's it going to be?
Yeah.
So I get back home to Nashville. The thing is, that whole thing didn't sit right for me for a number of reasons. I'm like, this was weird. You know what I mean? You ever been in that situation?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Where you're like, this seems like your dream, but at the same time, it feels like somebody's trying to swindle you.
Yeah, for sure.
And you're like, so I called some people I know who are like, have connections in the music industry, who are like bigger people themselves that would know things I don't know. And I asked them, do you know this guy? If you like, this was a weird situation. And they're like, I haven't heard of him, but yeah, that feels weird.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'd want to work with him. But anyway, I sent him the tracks because one of the guys I respect, he said, if he does it for free, who cares? You know what I mean? So, okay, so we sent him the tracks to do it for free. Well, anyway, then the next thing he does is he calls my artist and he says, hey. So when he talks to me, he said, hey, you guys produced an amazing track, but it's mixed terribly. That's why it's not going to work. Well, he talked to my artist and he said, hey, I got the tracks back from your producer. It was just produced wrong, but we think you're really talented and you should come work with our production team.
Yeah.
You got to come work with us.
Skeevy.
And he was like, and the whole vibe was like, from the beginning was like, oh, he's trying to separate me from my artist right now. And that was what it turned into. It's like, hey, how married are you to Ryan? How much you really? And he's like, well, I'm not married to him, but like we made some records together. We're friends. And he's like, yeah, we just think what he did was really bad, and you should come work with us. You're talented. We're gonna make you a big star. I'm like, this fucking movie. The way they're talking to this guy.
That's what they do.
And anyway, they kind of the end of the story is they kind of entertained it a little bit, but then like the guy kind of fell off the side of the earth. I still see some of his shit come up on Instagram. But that sort of just was like a revealing moment for me. I haven't spent a lot of time in LA, but it was this very revealing moment where I'm like, damn, they go hard in LA. They're just willing to be sharks. Like open water sharks just out in the open showing their fins.
Yeah.
It was like you're trying to steal right now.
That's why it's all about trying to be the best for me, like trying to do my shit in my way. And not worry about that, because when you start worrying about the other shit, that's where you fall off. And I don't want to. Yeah, I ain't finna follow for that shit. Fuck that. Yeah, we probably should end it. So.
Yeah, I was like, we're like an hour and a half over time. We'll keep going all night if we keep going.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we should. Dude, that's what happens. You bring up Kanye.
Yeah, it's your fault.
But you did a great job of bringing it back full circle.
Yeah,
you're out here doing your best job to be. And I think that's, for me as a producer with artists, and I don't work with comedians, obviously, but work with musicians, that's my number one thing with people is like, hey, can you just be yourself?
Yeah,
and do, because I think...
That's why I can be consistent there.
There's no guarantee that doing your thing is going to make you the most famous in the world. That's a gamble.
Yeah, for sure.
But I do think that the only chance anyone has of being like a prolific success is being the best version of themselves.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
It's like anybody who changed the game, they were the best of themselves.
That's literally my focus right now.
And so you're out here, and so February 19th at Zany's.
February 19th.
You're going to be headlining.
Bang, bang.
And we're going to see you.
Yeah, it's gonna be
being
crazy.
Brad Sativa.
I'm gonna be me to the fullest, and then after that, when I leave, when I come back, it's gonna be a different vibe when I get back. So
formerly known as Bradley Ballard.
Ballard is German.
Ballard.
Yes.
Which is that name, by the way, passable white.
Yeah,
passable white.
It's very super white, and that's why.
Anyways, guys, make sure to check out his current comedy album, Petty.
Petty on Spotify
or anywhere you get your podcast or anywhere you get your music.
Yeah, where you get your music is on there.
Anywhere you get your music, make sure to check it out. Make sure to go, if you're local, make sure to go see his show at Zany's February 19th. But anyways, guys, thanks everyone. Oh wait, hold on. Before that, where can people find you on Instagram, Twitter, whatever you use?
TikTok. So Instagram is going to be Brad Sativa, all one word. Pretty self-explanatory. On Twitter is Brad_Sativa. I'll probably switch it to be the other one later. But then Facebook is Brad Sativa. Look me up. I post videos. I'm posting everything.
Brad Sativa on Instagram. You're comedian Brad Sativa. It's a picture of a bear.
Yep, there's me. Yep, for sure.
Cool. Make sure to check out Brad. You guys are awesome as always, and we will see you guys again next week. Now, we always go out on usually a song with musicians. Okay. But should we play one of your tracks?
Yeah, do
off
it.
Spotify?
Yeah, do
Oh,
it.
hell yeah.
Hey, Austin, can you cue that up on Spotify?
Is there a bet? What track should we?
What track should we
Petty?
do?
What should we do?
African American Studies.
African American Studies.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, Austin's go ahead and cue that up for us, and he's going to give me a thumbs up when he has it, because I can see through the window. But we'll be back, as always, next week. And until then, we will see y'all next time.
Bang, bang. Yeah, I do. I hate it, man, because I hate a lot of stuff.
He didn't respond, so I assume he did.
I do. I hate a lot of stuff because I watch too much. I was watching this thing the other day. It was for this commercial. It was called Passages. Have y'all heard about that, Passages? Yeah, it's about the rehab center that's in Malibu. Y'all heard about that? Yeah, you go to Malibu and you get clean. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like, number one, it's like, I'm not going to get clean in Malibu. I'm not. The first thing I'm going to do is get a drink, smoke a blunt, fuck. That's the top 3 list. Any order, it don't matter. I'm like, if you want me to get clean, you send my ass to Tutwiler, Mississippi somewhere. That's where you get clean at. You get clean in Mississippi. While we on the subject of Mississippi, actually, I hate Mississippi, guys. I'm sorry. I do. I hate Mississippi. Yeah, for a lot of reasons. Number one, they call themselves the hospitality state. The hospitality state is like, did y'all just sugarcoat racism in this motherfucker? They act like after slaves went home of a hard day's work, they went home to a mint on their pillow or some shit. Fuck you, no. And then, like, everything there, it's a gimmick. Everything's a gimmick. Like, you wouldn't believe, like, how they, like, learn how to, like, spell their state. Like, they make a song for it. Have y'all heard it? Like, M-I, cricket letter, I, cricket letter, I, humpback, I. That's dumb as fuck. That's dumb as fuck. Just to learn where you stay at. It's crazy. You wouldn't believe how these motherfuckers count. It's 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Everything is always a gimmick with Mississippi, I swear to God. I'm just like, if they want them to be smarter, they just need to make, like, calculus some kind of jingle so all the motherfuckers can remember it. Because, like I said, I was talking about progressive races. They're actually trying to be progressive in Mississippi now. They just passed the law that you can no longer discriminate on gay people because of your religious beliefs, which I think is awesome of Mississippi. That is awesome, Mississippi. I just got one question. Gay people, why the fuck you still stay in Mississippi for, though? Why you still stay there? I'm just saying, you are ruining your gay experience in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. That's all I'm saying. You are. You can go to Atlanta and have a jolly gay time. You go to New Orleans, they got parades every goddamn weekend and shit. I'm just saying, do not waste your gay experience in Biloxi. That's all I'm saying. Do not. I'm just saying, because I hate Mississippi because I just want to, like, help move all the black people out first because we got more history in Mississippi. And then I want to help move all the gay people out so we can make Mississippi what Colorado is for weed. We can just make it a racism dispensary state. We can make that shit legal there. It's like, you want to fly your rebel flags and build your statue? Take that shit to Yazoo, Mississippi somewhere.
You had a bad week with your black co-workers. Take that shit to Nathan Bedford Forest Water Park for the weekend on the Gulf Coast. I'm telling you, like, Jesus is actually white in Mississippi. Just go there. Jesus is white in Mississippi. Go there. I just don't mess with Mississippi. That's all I'm saying. Also, my other boo is back in the news. Miss Rachel Dolezal, guys. Yeah, Miss Rachel Dolezal. You know Rachel Dolezal. She the white lady who pretended to be a black lady and became the NAACP president. Then everybody found out she was white. Like I ain't gonna lie, I got a soft spot. I can't hate nobody who love black people that much. You know. I can't. And then I seen the documentary. It was crazy. I was watching the documentary about her life. It's called Rachel Divide. They try to do a little pun, play on words. But I was watching it the whole time. Only thing I could think about, everybody's talking about, why is she doing this? Why does she want to be black? And my mind is totally different because I do smoke a lot of weed and drink whiskey. Only thing I could think about is, who is the first black dude to fuck her? Like, we need that Mandingo dick motherfucker. We need him. We need him. Like, we need him and 40 others. I'm just saying, okay. You think I'm overacting? All right, ladies, have you had some dick so good it make you want to teach African American studies? Huh? Have you had some dick that good? I'm telling you, teaching. I ain't talking about studying. Teaching. Have you had some dick so good that make you want to do weaveologist as a side hustle? That's all I'm saying. We need him and 40 more like him because we can drop him off in every suburb in America and make America better one dick at a time. That's all I'm saying. One dick at a time. And I was just watching that show and like she got 3 sons. And the only thing I could think about while watching that is that, oh my God, she's raising her kids in Spokane, Washington. Like one of the 3 of her sons is gonna fuck a white girl. They're gonna fuck a white girl. And her being a strong black woman she is, I just imagine her losing her shit. Like, you gonna bring a white bitch in my house? You gonna bring this white bitch in my house? In my house. The ones ain't laughing, y'all don't have a black mama. That's all I'm saying. Y'all don't understand, it's different. And she like, no, mama, she transitioning right now. Next year, she's gonna be a weaveologist. That's all I'm saying. But this is a fun fact about Rachel Dolezal. Like I was saying earlier, who was the first black dude to fuck her? She actually went to college in Jackson, Mississippi. It's this small college, it's a Christian college called Belhaven College. So I was like thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, that's probably the first place that she fucked the black dudes in Jackson, Mississippi. And I'm saying that I thought about it. That is another reason to hate fucking Mississippi, just because of Rachel Dolezal. So fuck Mississippi. I'm not gonna leave them alone. Also, like I don't do a lot of political issues. I'm a very, but I talk about bipartisan issues, guys. That's my thing. And when I'm not doing comedy, I work like bartending and serving. I am in the service industry. So you work with people at different ages. It was crazy because the last election, I was working with this 18-year-old little kid. Like he just turned 18 right before the election. I'm talking about he young as fuck. We bought him a Spider-Man cake and everything for his birthday. Young motherfucker. He posted something on Facebook right after the election that blew my mind. He posted, January 20th, 2017 is the best day of my life because Obama's gone. I was like, damn. It didn't piss me off that he was conservative. Like, vote any way you want. But you was 10 years old when Obama got elected. What the fuck did Obama do to you? How did he ruin your childhood? I think it's like his dad was like, hey, son, I know you want the Xbox One and the Call of Duty. Obama said, fuck you, son, you ain't getting it. Fuck you. I know you want to see Kung Fu Panda 3. I know you want to see Kung Fu Panda 3. It's not in the House deficit right now. Obama said, fuck you. I'm like, vote any way you want to vote. Just be old enough to have your dick sucked with spit on it first before I take your political opinion serious. I don't ask much. I don't. Oh, yeah.